obviously we were talking about, YouTube and social media and that nobody wants to work, but you know this. It's a job in itself, right? It is.
What?
Social media stuff,
doing
all that stuff is a full-time job for you. Right?
I say it all the time. It's harder than coaching, maybe.
Right.
Not harder than coaching, but it's.
And obviously there were, I'm sure, positives and negatives about Last Chance U and giving you the platform, but obviously, making coaching much more difficult. If you could go back in time and have it happen or not happen, which would you want?
I don't go back in time. I don't look in the rearview mirror. I took the rearview mirrors out of my car. You know why? Because I'm not going that way. I refused to look backwards. Because look, I had the opportunity to turn them down, and I turned them down. I said, no, don't. I'm not doing it. A day later, I talked to some mentors of mine, Coach Carroll, different people, and I slept on it, and I came back to the office. We had a meeting again. They called me while I was in a staff meeting, and I was on speakerphone. I put my phone down just like this in a staff meeting, and all my coaches are wide-eyed as shit. They're like, oh, fuck, that's Last Chance U. So I ripped my staff. I'm like, you fuckers know what's on Netflix? Fuck you recruiting then. Where you working at? So, we made it into a laughing matter, but I'm like, how the fuck? I don't know this show was at East Mississippi. I didn't know shit about Netflix. I don't watch Netflix, so I didn't know shit about it. That's basically just finishing year one at Indy, rebuilding the shittiest program in America. And we go 5-4 year one, which is the best record they've had in 30 years. Beat Coffeyville for the first time in 30 years. And so it was a whole thing. So that was still the year, we kind of rebuilded it. They call in an off-season winter conditioning or winter recruiting meeting, and I'm like, hell no. I just hung the phone up. All my coaches got quiet. They didn't want to say nothing, but I noticed. I'm like, what? You know what that is? That's the number one show. And I go, I don't give a fuck what that is. So they come. So the next day I go home, and I'm like, you know what? Who am I to hold down? I don't know. I had 21 coaches at the time, which is bigger than any staff. 13 of them black. The team's inner city, 99% are black. I'm from Compton. I'm like, who am I to hold down a cat like who's filming us right now, who played for me? Who am I to hold them down and shut them out from getting an opportunity? So I slept on it. I came back. They actually emailed me twice, called me again, left a voicemail. I called them back, and I was so vague. I go, just if you want to come down, come down. And they were there the next day and did a whole 2-day walkthrough with us. And I still had skepticism. I was like, I'm not worried about the camera at all. I'm never worried about the camera. The producer said I was the most unfiltered dude he's ever filmed in 30 years. He's like, that's not the issue. It was the mic. This fucking hot mic, because I'm not changing. Right. So I'm not going to go back and change.
That's good for views, though.
It might be good for their views.
Right.
Yeah, most watched show in 2 years on Netflix. Period.
But it's still good for your brand. The more eyeballs.
But at the time, your brand was not media. Your brand was coaching.
Yeah, I was coaching. I was a coach.
Your life to do.
And I guess if you ask me, could I do it over and still coach? I would say maybe yes, because the kids who are lacking a coach like me is what I think is a issue. I don't think there's enough of me out there. Not just per se me. My style of guy, which don't exist anymore really. There's a few. Look, Nick Saban directly said, hey, if they could film me 8 hours a day, I'd be fired. So think about it.
That's like every coach.
This isn't a new thing.
Yeah.
I just did what everyone... Dog, I have no issue. Every D1 major coach in America that knows me called me and said, fuck, thank you, JB. You fucking did what we fucking want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then they get on the thing and you hear Kirby Smart. Everyone thinks Kirby Smart's a fucking saint. No, Kirby Smart will rip your face off.
Right. Yeah.
And they don't know that until they leaked what? National championship pregame speech. Oh, then all of a sudden.
What did he say?
Oh my God, you didn't hear it?
No.
Yeah. Motherfuck these motherfuckers. We're going to shit down these motherfuckers' neck. I mean.
That's normal, though.
No shit. It ain't normal on social media, dog.
College football thing I've ever heard.
But it ain't normal on social media because JB gets canceled.
Yeah.
JB gets canceled. Why did I get
Did they
canceled?
cancel you? What is that? What's the definition of?
Let me look at the camera. Let me look at this
not being
motherfucker.
able to work in your given field because of
There you go.
said. Thank you. Was it an accurate representation what they did behind the camera? They were messing around with some things.
What do you mean? What part?
I mean, it is showbiz, so they're.
Of me?
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't. They didn't. That was me. I'm not denying. That was all me. That's me. That's who I am. He played for me in 2009. Was I different? I mean, I got
9. Where at?
So there's no one. I got guys from 2003 that I coached at JV. There was no different. Like, there's no difference. The issue is we're now in a culture vulture cancel situation in America, that now they see a guy like that, and then they see a white dude that they had no idea where I'm from in my upbringing, but all the kids that play for me are like, you motherfucker better stop coming to JV like that. You already don't know. They didn't know who I was. They don't know my background, whatever. So 28 guys in the NFL. I've sent more guys to college than any JuCo coach in America, 268. I got 8 guys that won a Super Bowl. I got a Pro Bowl MVP. I had the highest graduation rate in JuCo history, highest GPA per football team in JuCo history, highest retention rate in JuCo history. And I did it for 20 years, okay? 20 years. I win it all at Independence in year 2, happened to be the first year on a show that was globally recognized. And then the next year, everybody wanted to be on camera. You have a bad nucleus of surroundings, not only of players, but of people that want to come be part of it. And then guess what?
Let it fly, baby. We're back.
Here's what I want to ask you too. With Caleb Williams, I'm sure you think he's an amazing player, but there are issues that I think we all see, and you know him personally, some more than me, so I don't really have an opinion that matters. But there are things that you go as a GM or somebody, you go, that's not something that I've ever seen a quarterback do or want a quarterback to do for my team.
I don't know. My amazing and your amazing may be different.
Is he a better prospect than Kyler Murray was coming out?
No.
I don't.
That's crazy.
No, I don't. I think that's a fair comment. And Kyler's kind of a different cat.
They all are.
Too.
All Lincoln Riley guys are.
That's not true. That's Jalen's not.
Jalen's not Lincoln Riley's guy. Stop.
He played a year for him.
So all right, no. Time out. Who made him? What structured him?
Nicholas.
What philosophy was he under? How did he learn?
College football.
It was a fucking 5th-year senior. What do you mean?
In the Big 12 where they played nobody.
He plays nobody. He was in the SEC and got his job snatched and left. Let's just keep it a buck. He left for the final year of his career in a much lesser conference, who was a pass-happy team and coordinator, where he had to run NFL system at Alabama, and I believe he was better suited for, which I believe today is why he is as good as he is.
You think he was better suited in the Bama system than the OU
for the
system?
NFL? Remember, we're trying to play in the NFL, or are we trying to just play college? So are you trying to be Johnny Manziel, or are you trying to be fucking Tom Brady?
But there's spread air raid principles now in the league that didn't exist.
And show me the quarterback that's winning a Super Bowl doing it.
Mahomes,
that ain't what they do.
Tech with Kingsbury?
That's not what they do.
He's air raid.
By the way, how good was he at Texas Tech?
He himself was good at the team.
He was not. He didn't have a good year till late in his years. My buddy coached him. Cheverini is the head coach of Xavier right now. He wasn't good until later in his career.
Because of him or the team?
That's what I'm saying, though. He didn't transition. Alex Smith started. I think through osmosis, he learned from somebody and got to see how the position was played at that level. He benefited from watching.
All right, guys, I'm going to take a quick break to tell you about what the boys over at Prize Picks are cooking up for you. Prize Picks is your ticket to the most exciting and straightforward way to play daily fantasy sports. It's a breath of fresh air in a world where you typically battle it out with thousands of players, including the seasoned pros and fierce sharks. Instead, at Prize Picks, you get to handpick 2 or more players and decide whether they'll exceed or fall short of their projected stats. It's not just another fantasy game, it's a game changer. And here's something unique. Prize Picks implements weekly promotions. Take Taco Tuesday, for example. Every Tuesday, they offer discounts on select player projections with savings up to 25%, providing even more value to players. Prize Picks has truly transformed the way I engage with sports. It's no longer just a big college football game with national championship implications. It's also an opportunity to cash in and talk some trash to the boys in the group chat along the way. If you're seeking quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and a vast selection of players and stat types, Prize Picks is your go-to daily fantasy sports app. Head over to prizepicks.com/momentum and remember to use code momentum for a first deposit match up to $100. That's right, a potential $100 bonus is waiting for you just for joining the excitement at Prize Picks. Now back to the episode.
Alex Smith, a professional, not even a talented Uber guy. He learned, just like Aaron Rodgers learned from Favre. Let's just be honest, just like Brady learned from Bledsoe. Yeah. But nowadays, we are seeing the worst quarterback play we've ever seen. That's a statement that I'm going to continue to stay with, because we're throwing him into the fire on bad teams. To your point, we're throwing these cats from college on bad football teams in the NFL, and yet what do we do in college? How do we run our systems in college now? Carded, tempo, fast, signal. We don't relay the play in. We don't echo it. We don't verbalize it. They don't have to get in the huddle and say, all right, look, 52's the mic, fucking 28's the hot, and if he don't come, my sight adjusts the mic. Quarterbacks don't get up there and do that no more.
Riley, we do have some pro-style like tendencies within what he does, though. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit of a mixture. Like, we're not IDing mics, but we are checking plays relative to
three tech or shade.
Yeah.
I hope so. Fuck, he's been doing it a while. I mean, I think Lincoln's a good coach. I'm not.
So there are pro-style tendencies within what he does. It's not full like what Graham Harrell was doing.
But checking the run game from the three to the low shade to the high shade and all that, that's fundamentals. That should be done in youth football.
But even coverage-wise, there's some
but the mic ID is fundamental to the quarterback and the O-line, and it is conducive for success in the long run, because if you don't know the protection as the quarterback, which Lamar doesn't do a lot of, which Kyler doesn't do a lot of, which all these young quarterbacks that you see in the NFL aren't doing a lot of. I've had Brian Pollard on my show, who won a Super Bowl. Bernard Pollard, who won a Super Bowl for the Ravens, who straight up came on the show and said, Lamar couldn't tell you what a fucking protection was if you shoved it up his ass. Yes.
But that's fine, though. You're still an MVP.
No, it's not fine.
It's not fine.
Because you got to know where
Thank you.
They're going to win the Super Bowl this year.
No, they're not.
No,
they are. I think they are.
Lamar is not going to get past the second round because he's not sustainable. He's going to go back to his old ways. And what is his old ways? I don't know what coverage rolled. So now I don't know who's hot. I'm holding my dick in my hand and I get sacked. Oh, guess what? I just blew my MCL because I tried to run around. Dog, Tom Brady played till he was 45 years old. Show me another quarterback that's going to do that again.
So who are the top five guys for you right now, quarterback-wise, in the NFL?
Well, Aaron's out, so he's hurt.
But I would count him.
Burrow. I'm C.J. Stroud grew up, 10 minutes away. My buddy coached him. I said on week 1 he's already better than Lamar Jackson. I have a tweet out there. We posted it on my show. He's already better as a passer. Lamar is a thrower of the football. Let's be clear.
But you got to look full picture quarterback influence on the team.
Yeah.
Like Lamar is winning games for that football team.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just passing the ball.
They have a great run game, a great O-line, and a great defense.
And a coach.
And a great scheme.
And Harbaugh's a great NFL coach. And it works out when he's healthy.
Right.
Now, if he's not available, how is he helping the team?
That's a different discussion, though. Health versus.
But it matters. It don't matter.
Efficiency.
I mean, it's still him. You're paying this guy to win you games, and he's not available. Kyler Murray is not available. He just came back. By the way, he didn't throw any touchdowns. He threw a pick.
It's his first game.
I get it. But everyone's still anointing him as, oh, man, Kyler Murray back. He didn't do shit. Yeah. They beat a horrible Atlanta Falcons team, which I thought would be way better. But back to the Caleb Williams take. You said you think he's outstanding. The game's changed, in my opinion. So I don't know. Let me ask you this question. I'm going to flip it on you. You're talking about, do I think Kyler Murray is an outstanding quarterback? This goes back to my Mahomes take, why everyone hates me when they think I'm hating on Mahomes. I'm not hating on Mahomes. I'm telling you the truth about Mahomes. Without Andy Reid, Mahomes is nothing. Put him in Chicago. How good is Mahomes? Be honest.
Remains to be seen, but...
I think he'd be a good quarterback, but he wouldn't be top 3.
I don't think he'd be good at all. I think you'd be talking about him as he would probably be hurt. He'd probably be fucking struggling.
We'd be talking about a really talented guy who maybe hasn't taken the leap to make it into a playoff.
Maybe, but it's all about he's benefited tremendously from Andy Reid in that system.
No, for sure.
And Kelsey's people need to stop talking about Kelsey as an inline tight end. He's a receiver.
Yeah.
And he's one of the best receivers in football. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah.
So everyone that says he doesn't have receivers right now, no, he does. He has the best receiver in football.
Yeah.
And he had Tyreek Hill in them too, and guess what he did? Nothing. He got dominated in the Super Bowl. By the way, he is the lowest rated Super Bowl winning quarterback of all time.
According to what metric?
All statistically. His statistics in Super Bowls have been what y'all say mid to the league to at minimal he's mid. He threw 181 yards last year, bro, and everyone's sucking his dick like he fucking Tom Brady. No, he threw for 181 yards. 2 of them were shovel pass touchdowns. By the way, do you know the stats on Mahomes? Do you know over the last 2 years what team in the NFL leads the league in yak yards?
Is it KC?
Let me guess.
Of course, it's Chiefs. You know that 50% of his throws are at or behind the line of scrimmage. 50%. Let that sink into you.
Is that
yeah, it's true. I just want you to let that sink in. How many? When you turn them on, how many fucking smokes are you seeing him throw? Bubbles, screens. Yeah. I mean, do you see him throwing fucking dig routes on time on his 5th step ever? No, you don't. But nobody wants to break it down. Now, is that the truth, or am I just hurting your feelings? Like, I'm just saying. Be honest. Am I a hater, or is that the truth? Have you ever seen him throw an anticipatory throw off the outside backer versus cover 2 in a dig window?
I feel like
I'm sure I have, but not frequently.
I mean, I'm sure he has,
Yeah.
but you don't see it like everyone thinks.
And which quarterback has not worked with Andy Reid?
Has what?
Has not worked with him. All of them work.
Oh, no.
Every single one.
People don't want to
including
mention.
Alex Smith, who you said.
Look at his stats. Unbelievable. Alex Smith's stats are unbelievable
Yeah,
with
but
him.
none have won Super Bowl.
Okay, but look at the roster. Don't compare that roster with the roster Mahomes has had. Please don't. Their defense is unbelievably better now.
So what's the argument? That he's overrated or that he's not good at all?
I think he's in a. I think that Andy Reid, knowing Andy, I grew up with Eric Bieniemy, knowing what they had to do for him. People, Kansas City love me. That's why I made the Queendom shirts, right? Chiefs Queendom loves me.
I don't think they love me.
I believe it's a. No, they hate me. That's what I mean. I believe that he is in a gimmicky system that is devised to help him succeed. That means they take a tremendous skill set. I'm not knocking Mahomes. I'm not saying he's not a freak, that he doesn't have a whip and a cannon, all this shit. But all the off-platform, 3-quarter throws and the left and the shovel, all that shit is because Andy Reid has to do certain things in the system to use his skill set to allow his team to succeed, which even shows more of why Andy Reid is so great. Yeah. Because he's not just dropping back and reading coverage and throwing fucking dig routes to Kelsey and corner routes to Kelsey and fucking, you don't see that. You see a bunch of smoke and mirrors to get guys on the edge. Why is McKinnon, a running back, more in the slot? Why does he get reverses? Why does he get shovel passes? Why does he get smoke screen? We're using those guys over a true outside X and running fucking comeback, curl, and dig with them. You don't see that shit in Kansas City. But no one wants to break it down because I don't know football.
I just think football has changed though. Like,
it has changed.
You want them to run a system that's not Andy Reid's system.
No, you don't want that. I just want you to understand that we have had, this is my point, to his point. Tell me what quarterback in the past or the future or now that he asked me about Caleb Williams, is he a super talent? He isn't someone we haven't seen, is my point. People act like these guys we have never seen. Please tell me that we haven't seen Mahomes, and I'll give you fucking 10 quarterbacks right off the top of my head. So Dan Marino wasn't Mahomes. Have you seen him ever throw a 7-on-7? Mahomes couldn't fucking hold his dick nutsack. Have you ever seen fucking the guy named Troy Aikman who would throw for 8,000 yards a year right now because he can't get hits and you can't reroute the wide receiver? Do we even talk about that now? No, you guys don't. So, Aikman and Steve Young had to get out the league early because they got fucking concussed and got hit, actually got helmet in the mouth and had to throw dig routes to Michael Irvin on time and fucking Harper. They don't do it no more. They don't but we don't talk about it because we're so social media embedded that everyone thinks they are fantasy football heroes. And that's the truth. Everyone that does social media thinks, guess what they do? They watch football for what? To see how many fantasy points Mahomes got him. So when Mahomes gets him 39 fantasy points, he's the greatest quarterback ever. When they really turn on the film and have no fucking idea when I break it down and say, oh, shovel pass went for 60. Fucking Tyreek Hill caught a smoke. Tyreek Hill caught a smoke and went 80. Guess who gets those fantasy points, bro? Yeah. But no one wants to break it down when they really show the film like I do and say, motherfucker's really average if you really break it down. By the way, Michael Vick went to jail for fighting dogs, correct?
Yes.
He got back. Nobody wanted him, correct?
Correct.
Guess who got him a $100 million contract? Andy Reid.
Yeah.
So that.
And he balled also.
Under Andy Reid.
That's what
So that's what I'm saying,
but,
though.
It's not all like 100% Andy Reid. Like these quarterbacks, these are good quarterbacks.
I had a coach tell me, Tim told me this when I was thinking about going to junior college. He goes, "You may not want to hear this, but quarterback play is 80% coach." And he said that to me, and I was like,
I wouldn't say 80.
That's what I'm not. I don't know if he's right or wrong, but that's what he told me. And I go, huh. And I thought about it, and then you start seeing it. You start seeing those patterns, right? And you go, I don't know if the percentage is right, whatever it is, but like, there's guys who make everybody work, and then there's other situations that don't. And you're like, clearly there's something going on.
Look, we've seen Caleb Williams 20 times before. Probably 20,000 times. But they either weren't in the right system, they weren't in the right system scenario, something happened. I've seen these guys, is my point, I guess. So I'm not hating on them. I'm just saying I don't think the youth, the younger people, your generation, right? This is what blows my mind. You guys have seen both level-headed. This blows my mind. If somebody was in World War I and II, and then was at the end of Desert Storm in '91, let's say at the end of their run, and came and told, we had story day at school, and I told you the difference between all three wars, and you hadn't been in any of them, and you're sitting there telling this dude he don't know what the fuck he's talking about because you saw it on Twitter that's not how it went
That's
down.
how it works now.
That is what we're living in, bro.
You did that, you can't work again. That's what
I get told every day that LeBron is the best thing ever since sliced bread, and I said, did you ever see Michael Jordan? No, I was 11.
I've seen Twitter though. I've seen YouTube.
No shit, you haven't seen Michael Jordan. But you're gonna tell a guy who's seen both that he's wrong? That's the ignorance is life-threatening thing that I continue to say.
Have you seen us as just young kids just get sensitive as fuck? Have you seen it?
Yes. Oh fuck! What?
So how do you stop it? How do you?
It's not just young kids though. I don't blame you guys.
It's everybody.
No, it's the parents. Parents are fucked, not kids. Kids haven't changed ever. Kids don't change, bro. Right. We grow up. Why do a white kid and a black kid grow up together playing together? And then later on, the white kid becomes racist.
Yeah.
Is that learned or is that fucking a trait? Is it a learned trait or is it a top trait or what?
Right.
All right, you're not born. You're not fucking born racist. It's not. It's fact. It's not. You're not born.
Right.
So, it's learned. The same with this other shit that we're talking about. It's the parenting. The parent teaches someone something. If you don't have a parent, well, guess what? You're on your own fending for yourself. There's just so many different nuances to all this stuff. The quarterback situation is like life. Mahomes, I've seen him before. I've seen John Elway, bro. Mahomes couldn't hold John Elway's fucking left nut in the cold winter. By the way, he couldn't hold Marino. He couldn't hold Aikman. He couldn't hold Young. He couldn't hold Montana. And Montana's not even near the talent that Mahomes is. But guess what? 11 touchdowns to 0 picks in Super Bowls. You know what Mahomes' stats are in Super Bowls?
What is it?
What's he, 9 to 7? No, I don't think he has 9 touchdowns. I think he has 7 touchdowns, 7 picks. Something like that. My point is, by the way, he got shellacked.
He's also young though.
Like, he's not young anymore.
What is he, like halfway through his career?
I mean, I don't know if that's
Less,
young.
maybe?
That might be old. He had an opportunity to chase the GOAT Brady. We all think, right?
Still can.
He can't. See, that's the thing. He can't.
Why?
Because he lost to Brady in the AFC title game in New England.
It's one game.
And in the Super
Okay. Then he lost in the Super Bowl to him. How is he going to catch him? Brady retired, bro. You never beat him. How are you going to be the GOAT?
You win more Super Bowls.
Guess what? Nobody beat Mayweather. Last time I checked, he retired as the GOAT. Brady retired as the GOAT. So Mahomes has to win 7 fucking more times.
I mean, it's
and
possible.
you never got to beat that guy, ever. So you better win 9 to even be considered as the GOAT. He's not doing it. I'm just telling you right now. I don't think he'll win another one. But that's just, I'm just saying though,
Yeah.
we don't ever bring that up. You lost to him in an AFC title game in New England before Brady left. And then you lost to him and got shellacked in the Super Bowl by a Tampa Bay team.
Yeah.
And then, to be honest, if we really want to talk about brass tacks, Trevor Lawrence, that game they should have lost to. Remember, Chad Henne came in and went 99. If he don't do it, they lose. Again, why is Chad Henne so successful when he just comes in and plugs and plays for Mahomes? Is that because of Andy Reid? Oh, my bad. So,
It's
anyway.
a great system. It's a great system.
All right, so, having said that though, if Mahomes If you can plug and play a guy in a system, and then we're going to call Mahomes the GOAT, which people do already, which blows my mind. We are so... You're fucking right, they say it.
Already?
Yeah. There's so many people out here that refuse to really... Here's what it is. We're in the instant gratification era that we anoint everybody year one. It's called recency bias. If a dude balls out year one, we're already calling Amin Zambale or whatever the fuck his name is the next fucking best basketball player of all time. I think he's a bust. Wembanyama. I think he's a bust. But everyone thinks he's the best ever.
Like 5 games.
I don't give a fuck.
He's a bust?
I'm just giving you my opinion. You know why?
Why?
He's 7'10".
Right.
How tall is the motherfucker?
It's like 7'5".
Fuck, 7'7".
Yeah.
He has to gain weight as he gets older, just from straight up science,
I'm sure he
typical
will.
biomechanics. He's going to gain body fat. Okay.
He needs to. Yeah.
Okay, he needs to. Guess what that does to a 7'7" body? Have you ever seen fucking Manute Bull just fucking dribble up top of the key and shoot a three?
Have you seen Giannis gain weight?
Who?
Giannis.
He's gained weight. Giannis not 7'7", bro.
He's like, what, 6'11"?
7 foot.
Yeah.
Okay, that's KD. They're all that way.
Yeah.
Well, we've seen that before, though. Guess what? We've seen Akeem Olajuwon before, bro. We've seen Shaq. Like, act like we've never seen these motherfuckers. We've seen them.
Yeah, but we've never seen him with guard level talent.
KD don't have guard level talent?
So he's KD, but like another 5 inches.
Exactly. My point.
Which is why it's entertaining.
It's entertaining until he gains 30 pounds and blows his fucking knees out.
Okay, so that's
because his
an
knees.
injury argument. That's different than a talent or like potential argument.
It's to my point though. It's recency bias. We're calling him the GOAT already. You see all these people calling him the... I'm not saying the GOAT for instance. They're calling him the best thing ever.
Prospect. Which is
He's not better than LeBron,
as a
bro.
prospect?
He's not better than LeBron out of high school. Sorry. He's not better than KG. Sorry. He's not better than these guys out of high school, bro. There's no fucking way. But we're so recency biased that the people on social media and the platforms of ESPN and so on are going to be like, oh my God, he's 7'7". He could dribble up top and he could do what Dirk Nowitzki did at 7'2". And he could do what fucking... Dog, he's going to gain weight. He's going to be stiff. He's going to blow his knee out. He's going to get hurt. God forbid he don't. I'm not wishing that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying... Wait till year 3. Can we please?
Yeah.
That is what I think we set these guys up for. And that's why when I come out and give the opinion of pump your brakes, JB, you're a hater. No, homie. Wait 3 years on Mahomes. Wait 3 years on Mahomes.
Saying pump your brakes versus he's a bust is 2 different things, though. Because I agree with the pump your brakes, but before you said he's a bust.
Yeah, but saying he's a bust is fun. I get it.
It's
fun,
but
you know what
it's like...
I'm realizing you actually see things pretty clearly. Like, the world tends to work in opposites, where, like, we were talking about those coaches who are, like, real nice to the camera, but dicks afterwards. You are the guy. People don't know this.
Yeah,
like,
good point. Yes.
With Malik, right?
Yes.
People don't know you are still his biggest advocate, regardless of all that stuff.
I've had him on the show.
And that's what people don't understand.
They don't think it. Yeah. Why do my players come on my show?
You actually care.
If they hated me.
You actually care. Right.
They don't hate me. That is the reason. Why, by the way, he's like number 1 in like force pressures right now in the NFL. I think he's 4th in sacks. Like, the motherfucker's balling. He's about to get a big payday again. Like, this is something I saw out of high school. That's why I took him. That's why I recruited him. This is something I've done for a long time. But those guys, they came out. They're on record. You guys got JV wrong. You just see one thing. You don't really know what he would do off the camera. You don't know what he did with me as far as helping me. My mom was paying rent, or me get a car, or me get a... They don't talk about that. They don't show it. So, you know why? Perception is reality, to your point.
And we only get a piece of it because of social media. We only get the tip top.
And I'm glad you said that. That's a fluff. People want to be fluffy. They want to be they want to get the next job. Where to me, I want to help the kid from the gate. I'm not going to lie to him. I'm going to treat him how he needs to be treated to succeed in life. These other cats bullshit him. Why do coaches leave for other jobs and leave those kids behind? You think they fucking really care about them? Come on, man. You were a piece of meat in a meat market as a recruit.
Yeah.
That's what the coaches treat people like. That's the majority of what coaches do. I never would do that, ever. That's why I still have guys that I coached 15 years ago filming us right now. Because guys know that I was real and the same always, and always was going to help them. Not just on the green grass, but off of it, which is more detrimental. Because the bottom line, you're not going to make it to the NFL. It's a 1% chance. A 1%er is huge in the life. Weddle hit me up earlier. Like, Smitty can't grasp the fact that there are great players that just never could win. Yeah. There's two things can be true. Yeah. You can be a fucking great player and never win, but the one that does...
I'm going to take a quick second to tell you about PrizePicks, the ultimate destination for daily fantasy sports. PrizePicks has made this football season the most thrilling one yet. Forget battling it out with the pros and sharks. With PrizePicks, you're just up against the numbers. I've personally had a blast playing PrizePicks, and it's so simple. In less than 60 seconds, I can make my picks and submit my entry, and it's truly a game changer. You get to select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and just like that, you're in the game. Speaking from my own experience, I've debated countless times with the boys how the Pac-12 isn't overrated. Now I can put my money where my mouth is and turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. It's incredibly exciting to test your skills on PrizePicks and see how far you can go. And if that's not enough, PrizePicks offers quick withdrawals and an enormous selection of players and stat types. So here's the deal. Go to prizepicks.com/momentum and use code momentum for a first deposit match up to $100. Yep, that's right. Up to $100 for just joining the action on PrizePicks. Enjoy the episode.
Is great and actually wins. There's the 1%ers. Yeah. Weddle got a Super Bowl. Weddle just told me earlier today, he's like, dude, I was so upset. I was like, I'm never going to win a Super Bowl. I was a really good player my whole career, 15 years, but I never want to win. I'll never be considered. Boom. Then he wins it with the Rams, and now he's borderline Hall of Fame. Now people are talking about he's a Hall of Famer. Yeah. So, like, it's how fast we change things, and the media is huge with the narrative. They control a lot of these narratives. A lot of the MVP votes, a lot of the Heisman votes come off Twitter. Think about it. Even if it's not a voter on Twitter, it's 1 million votes from Twitter that everyone sees and are like, oh, maybe fucking Sam Hartman is the best NFL prospect.
It's like in a stadium when a referee makes a call and you hear the crowd go, oh, when they see the replay and the refs go, oh, okay, actually, that's the, let's make the right call.
What was the deal with Malik, like, behind the scenes?
So I raised Malik. I've had Malik since he was a little kid. So my mentor is his mentor. I've known his dad forever. Why do you think he came from Florida State straight to Independence? There was no recruiting. He was coming to me. Like, that wasn't a big recruiting pitch. We had mutual ties, and it was a done deal. He was coming to me because his daddy knew I was going to treat him like a dad, rip his ass, but love on him. He was taken care of off the field. There was going to be no issue with that. So the arguments and shit you saw us have were father and son type of arguments. People don't understand that, though. Yeah. That's why I still say, you never see me bash him or talk shit. That's why he's on my show. That's why he ended the show. Love you, coach. Love you, boy.
Yeah, I didn't know you guys were so close.
Fuck. That's cool. But that's what. To his point.
You actually care.
To his point, though, like, this ain't personal.
That's rare.
This is not personal, though. This is the definition of coach. You know what it is? No. To get you where you could not get yourself. So what coach got you where you could not get yourself? I got 268 of them that will tell me I did it. But I know a lot of kids will say, my coach fucked me. My coach lied to me. My coach told me this. He sold me a used car. He recruited me and told my mom while he was eating his chicken that I was going to do this, and this. I got on campus. He walked right by me. I never talked to him again. I transferred. Yeah. This is what you see every day. Why do you think there's 7,000 kids in the transfer portal? Half of it's because they're soft. Right. Yeah. Half of it's because they've been taught to be soft, and half of it's because they don't like the coach, or he lied to them, or there's just disgenuineness, which we don't have a lot of genuine coaches anymore in this business because they're chasing a bag of money over the kid, piece of meat in the market, and that's what I refuse to do. I wasn't going to let the kids be a piece of meat in the market, and that's why I told Bobby Bruce, skin tone matters, bro. If you're going to go work at McDonald's when you're fucking 25 and be late to work, you're going to get fired by a guy with my skin tone. And that resonated. It became viral, of course, and everyone, oh, we're talking to a black kid like that. Well, what did Bobby Bruce say? Man, Coach JB, do you know what the producer said on Netflix? Why do you come to practice every day? JB calls you motherfucker, blah, 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 this and that. And he was looking at him like, huh? What do you mean if I don't come to practice? I'm going to get cut and get ran. I'm going to run and all that. He's like, yeah, but he calls you fucking this and this and this. Coach JB loved me. And the guy on Netflix fucking dropped the camera, bro. He thought the guy was gonna be like telling some totally different thing. He never thought JB loves me coming out of his mouth. Yeah. So like, real recognizes real at the end of the day. Yeah. And guess what? most of us, I'm a JuCo product, you're a JuCo product, you're a JuCo product, you're a JuCo product. Guess what we have? Guess what the common denominator or the what do you think the most people say about us?
Some gritty motherfuckers.
No. We're stupid. We're dumb. We're this. We're slow.
There's a knock. At least one knock.
We're
But
dumb.
if you make it out, there's a certain level of perseverance.
But guess what we aren't? We're dumb. We're this. We're that. But what aren't we?
While you're in it, yeah.
But what aren't we?
But if you come out on the other side, it's a different story.
Soft.
But no, even if you go there because why? People call you dumb because what? You didn't qualify out of high school. You didn't pass the test.
Okay, just feel like we did, like Aaron Rodgers right now.
Ash it out.
The story isn't A-Rod went to Butte. He's not dumb. It's like no one wanted him.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Well, that's Josh Allen too.
Exactly. There's tons of cases.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
So it's me. I mean everybody. You.
Us too, yeah.
Okay. But guess what? We weren't. So let me use Roy, who's filming us, as an example.
Yep.
Roy comes in and everyone called him dumb because he didn't pass the test. He didn't go to school in high school. He didn't do it right because someone didn't push him or tell him the truth, whatever it may be.
Yep.
But guess what? He wasn't. Because I was sitting there and talking to Roy and I'm saying, hey, dog, you need to come here. I'm going to do this. Whoop, 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 whoop. You're dumb. You didn't pass the test. And then he saw me, looked at me. And guess what? He's not. Stupid.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference of stupid and dumb.
Yeah.
Get down. There's a difference between dumb and stupid. Guess what stupid is? We're not stupid because we see through bullshit. They know what's real and genuine. You don't have to be a fucking rocket scientist to understand if a dude's lying to you or he's a bad character dude.
Yeah.
He knew I was going to be real and honest, and regardless, I didn't judge him off of his fucking ACT score. But guess what? These coaches in the 4-year level do that. And that's why they think we're dumb. When no, you can call us whatever you want. We're not stupid. And you can sit here and tell me all the shit you want to tell me, but guess what? I know if this dude's real or not. Like, why didn't, let me be honest, before Lincoln took the SC job, we had the COVID deal, we had the Black Lives Matter thing, we had the George Floyd thing, all right? And all these coaches were taking fucking publicists and marketing teams to write them a letter to make a statement to America.
Yeah.
Okay, why the fuck, do you think I needed a statement? Or do you think I would have put my kids in our fucking sweatsuits and walked down Figueroa? That's what I would have did, right out the gate. So when I tweeted that, everyone's like, damn, JB would have did that. All my players were like, hell yeah, we would have got on that because we've done this shit before like that.
You would have walked them and did what?
That would have been our protest. I didn't have to write a fucking letter from my publicist. Ash!
Yeah.
I didn't need to make a I didn't
All
need
that
to.
stuff's just for show.
It's fucking fake.
hate it.
It's fake.
Yeah.
And guess what those players saw?
It's virtue signal.
Players saw fake. Oh man, coach don't care about us.
Yeah.
He had to have somebody. That ain't him. JB would have had the motherfucker. Hey, let's go. We're gonna march down this fucking thing. Get your gear on. Fucking boom. There would have been no letter. Like what?
Or like a black square on Instagram. Like, what's that really actually doing?
I gotta write a fucking. I gotta write a letter. I'm just telling you, man. Real recognizes real at the end of the day. Kids understand if you're real and genuine. If you care about the kid or not, they'll run through the wall for you. I've never had a kid transfer on me, other than a kid I cut for being a shitbird.
0 kids?
Never.
In JuCo?
Never, period, ever. Yeah, high school, anyone.
Oh, shit.
No, but I got everyone to transfer to me. Why is that? So if I'm such an asshole, as the nation and the world says, why the fuck had nobody left me? Why after year did Jermaine Johnson and them come to me?
Yeah.
Has no one ever brought that up? No, they haven't. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how is someone going to come continue to play for you? Guess what they have to do? You know you're in the social media world now.
Yeah.
Would you not text Roy and ask him about Coach JB if you're a prospect?
For sure.
Hey, man, I used to tell my players, recruits, hey, man, DM my players.
Text the old dude.
DM my players.
Yeah.
But when I ask him to ask the coach of the other school recruiting you to do so,
They're going to talk shit about you.
no. The coach won't let you do that because he knows those players will fucking say, hell no, don't come here.
Yeah.
I'm telling him. Guess what Jermaine would tell the next Morgan Ellison or whatever, which he did help me get Morgan Ellison. Hey, man, JB, real. He going to fucking be on your ass, but guess what? He's going to love you. The thing is, like, doing it for so long in Cali, like, there's been some great Cali teams, obviously, and I've had some loaded ones as a coach, too. My Compton 08 team was probably real similar to my Indy team as far as talent. 6 guys in the league off that team. So there was talent, but the thing is, the linemen. Because, see, I had 20 D1 transfer O&D linemen. You're not getting that here. So, because we have the scholarship, we can save some money here and there, even though they still get still got pay out there. People, that's still a misnomer.
What is it like living in Kansas?
Oh shit.
It's different for me because I played my college ball in Kansas. I had a stint with the Chiefs. I actually coached at Garden City in the conference before. So to me, I've been there and done it. So it was, and I was older. So I was more mature, I guess, as a person. I was like, well, it is what it is. It's a fucking job. So to me, I don't know. I mean, I was older even when out of JuCo when I played though. So when I had a daughter, I took with me to Kansas to play college football by myself, me and my daughter. So that was.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, KU?
No, I played at Fort Hays State at D2.
You're watching film and just rocking.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I went to New Mexico out of JuCo, out of Compton.
Yeah.
With Brian Urlacher.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he's on my show.
He was safety?
Yeah.
No way.
So I played for a legendary JuCo coach at New Mexico, who was at Mount Sac forever. A guy named Lenny Rodriguez, who was there forever with Rocky Long as the head coach. So then I was there for the whole spring. Said my clock was up. I'm like, what? Like, yeah, your D1 clock's up. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I didn't know shit about it.
Right.
I had to go D2 sight unseen, so I went to Fort Hays State, which was Coach Liker, who was his coach, or AD at the time, whatever he was. He was my head coach in college, and then he was a Kansas JuCo legend. He coached at Butler, Garden City, Coffeyville. He had won that. He coached Corey Dillon and Kwame Lassiter and Brandon Jacobs. So Liker's coached all these guys, and so I was like, now I'm in the league that he would tell me about on the phone after I played for him. While I was coaching California JuCo, he was out here telling me all these stories, and then I get to coach in it. So I was like, all right. And then I have to beat him to win the league title. I beat him on my last, and we hug on the show. We hug at the end, but it's like people don't realize that's like bittersweet.
Yeah.
Bittersweet, yeah.
It's a small circle. Damn, we had people don't realize how good the talent is. Like our twos at receiver could start at most like D1 college, which is a crazy thing to say. Like,
we would have, go ahead.
Our fifth best receiver, who like isn't really playing much, got like maybe had like 1 or 2 touchdowns that year. Right?
Calvin Jackson had led the team for the Jets in preseason with 4 touchdowns, bro.
That's insane.
Remember that? This last
You
year.
just started out.
Then he got
talking
cut.
about
Yeah. Oh yeah, our
like
backups, our red shirts were.
So
we gave this dude the number 30 to give you perspective.
Yeah.
That's like a scout team.
Could Jayhawk teams compete with FCS teams?
Oh, we'd have beat KU that year.
That's when KU was awful.
Yeah,
Really?
we would have beat KU.
That's
We would have
what-
beat a Power 5
Wow.
Big 12
That's what
team.
our guys were telling us too. Yeah.
And we would dominate the MAC.
Especially that Garden City team. I think the year before.
My team. That was my roster, bro. That was my
The
players.
Garden City roster.
Those were my players. Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about the year where that D lineman went like 6th round to the Jets. Like
Yeah.
they had dudes getting drafted out of JuCo.
Bro, who do you think's kid that is? Jeremy Falk.
Oh shit.
Come on, man. Who you know you talking to over here? Who do you think built that Garden City team? Why do you think me and Sims fucking hate each other? I built that fucking team, and then he bitched out, and I had to fucking choke him, and I left.
Yeah.
Those players are mine.
Yeah.
Remember, I had Kevin Olsen, Greg Olsen's little brother. Quarterback.
You had like a bunch of issues. Huh?
Yeah, so I had him at Garden. I brought him with me to Riverside. Even though I didn't coach, I brought him, Carlos Thompson, and a guy named Kerryon Parker, which is probably the best receiver I've ever seen in my life. Who was
What?
His name was Kerryon Parker. He was the X on the other side of Michael Evans at A&M. So they all went to the same high school, by the way.
You think he's better than Mike?
Yeah,
Really?
he's a freak, dude. Manville High School, Manville, Texas. All
I've heard
of
of
them.
it. Yeah, so
Carlos,
Trask
him,
and, yeah.
Trask.
what-
I recruited Trask. I had Trask coming to Indy.
Really? Trask got. So it was between me and Trask for that last Florida scholarship spot in 2016.
Really?
And then they offered Trask. Nussmeier was the offensive
Yeah.
coordinator. I think he's in the league now.
Yeah.
And
He was
like,
Sark. He was with Sark. I watched him before that.
Yeah. And he was like, hey, we offered a guy in Texas. If he doesn't commit, then like that's your spot. And then Trask ended up committing. That was like my dream.
He didn't play at all in high school.
He didn't. He wasn't the starter,
Yeah.
dude.
He was behind King.
Yeah.
Derek King, yeah.
He was behind him in high school, but he stayed all 4 years. He didn't leave because the head coach at Manville, a good friend of mine,
Worked out.
kept his guys.
Somehow.
They loved him. They knew he was a. And guess what?
That's
Isn't that
insane.
crazy? That's
So I knew he
That's
wasn't.
crazier than the Matt Castle story, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Maybe, yeah. Maybe.
Because you're at USC, you know, you got there. But in high school to not?
Yeah.
I mean, and his parents, too, to just be like, just trust the process. And I guess it worked out for him, and, you know.
Dude, but I was trying to get him to Indy.
I
know. I was trying to get him to Indy bad. And I had him coming because he had a receiver there that was as good as anybody who was on the Oprah Winfrey show. He made a viral video. He threw the ball like 50 yards and went and caught it.
Yeah.
A kid named Gary Haynes. #1 receiver in America. He also was at Manville after I already had Carlos Thompson and Kerryon Parker. So Gary was going to come with Trask. So I had the whole Manfield. I was going to be Manfield, Kansas. You know what I mean? So I had that relationship. So he ended up making it and went D1, but they were loaded. They had a bunch of they're whiteout U. High school whiteouts there.
How do you approach recruiting without giving away too much game?
Well, I don't coach anymore. But
I know how when you
I charge motherfuckers to learn my game.
Well, then don't. You don't have to.
No.
Yeah.
I'm saying like I don't coach anymore, but I do little clinics and shit with coaches and teach them. Like first of all, there's 4 points of recruiting that nobody realizes or understands. So like when I break it down, people always are like, "Damn, that's crazy," but it's not. But no one ever thought of it. And I've been doing it forever, and that's why I think I was the best recruiter in America. The reason is, #1 is find. All of us in here can find the best player in America. Twitter, right? Find them. You know where they are. Huddle, whatever. You can find them. That's #1. We find them. We get a board created. We create a list. So we find them. Now, #2, though, is critical, right? 2 is, can you locate them? Finding and locating is completely different. Finding him, yeah, he plays at Manville High School in Houston. Can I locate him, meaning have I got to fucking find out where he lives? Do I know his mama? Do I know anything? And then the third one is critical, which is the most critical. That's contact. Now you found him, you located him. Can you contact him? You know how many motherfuckers can never contact the guy? So you're never gonna get him if you ain't never fucking talked to him. So a lot of cats get left on red on DMs. A lot of coaches don't get responses. Yeah. So can you actually contact them? And then the fourth part is signing them. Can you actually sign them? There's a fifth part though that no one understands. I signed 200 kids a year, right? I mean, I had 200 guys at Indy every year.
200?
Mm-hmm. 200. So
why, just attrition wise, you knew you were going to lose some?
Yeah, and then obviously, you know, there's a numbers game in Kansas. Before he got there was 20 out of state rule. Then it became unlimited out of state, and then years before it used to be 12 out of state only. Then before that it was only 8 out of state. Yeah. So it's changed. Well, I can sign 200 guys, right? But let's just say I signed Jermaine Johnson. JB found him, contacted him, located him, and signed him. Okay, he did all the 4 points of JB's recruiting tree. But there's a fifth part that's not on the list, and that's actually getting him to the yard and getting him a scholarship. So like, you know how many of those go like nobody understands. Well, fuck, you recruited him, but he left. He got kicked out. He failed. He transferred. He got arrested. He died, for instance. Some people die. So can you get the guy through your program and really claim him? Because I had Jason Pierre-Paul too, but he didn't end up playing for me the whole time.
He was at COC.
So he was at College of Canyon.
COC.
Well, he was at Compton first with me.
He was.
And then the guy brought a knife and they got into a fight and he left the Canyons. Played for a good friend of mine, Garrett Tuesday, who's the O-line coach of Virginia now. But I brought him. But he never played for me because that incident happened. So in my opinion, I go to bed at night, I failed. He made it. You know, he just signed with, I think, Denver yesterday. He made it, but did I get him through the process? I signed him, I contacted him, I found him, I did all the work, I did all the hard shit. Right. And then he didn't even get to play for me. To me, I was a bust. I busted that particular situation. So there's thousands of those from so many different coaches. And all these coaches, these young coaches, they used to cuss out like, I signed him. I mean, shit, he's here right now. Is he here in July?
That's right.
Is he here in August? Is he here in October? Is he here in December? And is he graduated?
Especially with the transfer portal now, you have to recruit your own players.
Yes.
Every year.
Yes.
You have to recruit
It's called retention.
Yeah.
That's why I never lost a kid. And that's why the only reason I want to go back to coaching is for that one reason. I would like to go back and say, I want to see if I can keep them still in this landscape.
In this.
Right.
That's a challenge I want
to compete too. And I do think I think the longer that this kind of social media thing goes on, the more people will become desensitized to all of the highs and lows and things. You want to coach. You're a competitive guy. You want to do it. And what we were just talking about, that's not even counting the strategic aspect of it, which is hard enough to out-scheme another guy. You know what I mean? This is just keeping personnel on campus. That's a full-time job in itself.
Yeah.
So the fact that you were talking about earlier, like some coaches are just slapdicks and aren't doing anything, it's like you need a full machine there just to keep people there. Not only to watch film and find weaknesses and exploit it and,
I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to tell you the names, but good friends of mine in this business I talk to a lot that are big-time Power 5 head coaches. I've been told by 2 big-time ones, if I told you the name, you'll be like, damn. Said, JB, if I could go to Walmart and work tomorrow and make the money I'm making here, I would do it.
And I believe it.
That's how fucked up it is right now.
Yeah.
They do not. This is becoming, it's free agency without a return.
Yeah.
That's what it is now. And they would leave in a heartbeat if they could make that same money somewhere else doing something that don't have to deal with parents. You don't have to deal with street agents, we call them.
Yeah.
It's a 7-on-7 world now that we're in. We're in the 7-on-7 world, and the 7-on-7 world has created, in my opinion, the worst quarterback play we've ever seen.
I would have said the opposite.
Well, quarterback play is the worst it's ever been, bro.
But I think...
Do you know the average quarterback yardage per game in the last 3 years in the NFL is? 185 yards a game. And they're on like 30 completions. Do you know what 30 completions would have got Troy Aikman? Fucking 800 yards a game. Do you realize? Do you understand? People don't really break down the finite details of this thing.
You don't think guys are ready earlier in college? Like, there's more true freshmen starting college, it seems like, at least.
You know why?
To me, it was the year-round 7-on-7 stuff.
Also, transfer portal too. Seniors aren't there as long. So
well, not only that,
competing against the guys there.
Okay, you're both close, but what's the true? So you got to dig super deep in all this shit. What's the true reason why players are playing at all-time high as freshmen?
Promises with recruiting. If you're getting a big recruit.
So everybody wants a 5-star, right?
Yep.
Everybody wants Mo, Hasan, and when we want to get him, everybody wants to get him. So we sign him. You have to play him, or guess what? You transfer.
You lose.
Right.
So now you have to
find
play
a way to
him.
give him time.
You have to play him. And then he still ends up transferring anyway. And guess what that coach just did? He lost integrity. Because now the locker room, he's lost. Because now he was allowed to allow a guy that missed practice, late, soft, whatever, didn't do what he asked all the other guys to do that did it, but still played him or started him or whatever. You lost the integrity of the locker room and your own integrity, and the kid still transferred at the end of the day, and you now got fucked. So, like, we're seeing that at all-time high. What's the number one reason the kid transfers? I'm going to blow your mind. What's the number one reason the kid transfers? And when I tell you, you're going to be like, damn, I think you're right. No.
What do you think?
I have a wild card, which I don't think is correct, which is who they recruit in the next class. And they say, whatever, this guy's going to come and compete, whatever they say.
If I play quarterback and you bring in the number
So you're just saying soft, they don't want to compete.
That's essentially, what I'm saying. Is that because, with the transfer portal, you don't have to, you can run.
Here's the number one reason.
What is your solution to this?
All right, well, here's the number one reason why they transfer. It's called peer pressure. It's their peers who go on social media. And I'll break it down to you real quick. So you two are 5-stars, teammates in high school, both 5-stars. You went to LSU and you started as a freshman. He went to Alabama and redshirted. He transfers from Alabama because his 5-star companion and homeboy starts at LSU. And everybody on Twitter is absolutely bashing him and calling him a scrub because he's the 5-star and he was a little bit better than you in high school. He got more claim, but he don't play. He redshirted. Oh, you a scrub. You can't even play. You're not even playing at Alabama. Johnny's playing at LSU, but Freddie's not playing. You a scrub. Peer pressure on social media, it's because we're so worried about what other fucking casuals think. Oh, I'm transferring. I'm being played by the coach.
Also, you can't escape. In your day, you could go home, and even if you knew, I just laid an egg out there, I just threw 4 picks, you could go home to this spot and go, I don't have to hear any of it. Yeah. But now you got the phone, ring, and you're like, oh shit, I feel like a loser.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just it's peer pressures at an all-time high. It's what we see on social media. And I'm be honest, we are in a I call it small dick syndrome. We suffer from small dick syndrome at an all-time rate, meaning that we have this inferiority complex that if we don't do X, Y, and Z that someone else did before me, I am a failure. I have to leave and go do it somewhere else. The pasture is always greener somewhere else when it's really not. And here's the truth of the matter. Mo mentioned it on my show yesterday, but I've saying this for 4 years. And I've done a few studies on it. I don't have the complete thing, but I know at one point 2 years ago, 70% of transfer portal kids who left school A and went to school B, when they left school A, the starter that they left for, that they didn't want to compete against, got hurt. And the guy would have been the starter there. And he left. And he ended up not even doing shit at the other school.
You're starting at square one at a new school.
All right, so let's break down why we have so many.
I don't mean to cut you off, but it is something that I've thought about, and I want to get your take on this. In the old days, when I was coming out and I had no offers out of high school, whatever it may be, you don't want to walk on, you're going to get buried, they're going to want to play their scholarship guys, whatever. Now, I feel like it's the best time ever to walk on, because if you stick it out somewhere and understand the system and understand the culture and just stick around, you actually have, I mean, I don't know, maybe they bring in a recruit and fuck you, you know, but
it depends on
if you're coaching and you got a kid who you love, who's been there for 4 years, who knows everything, he knows everybody, he's respected by his teammates, that's a kid who's got a shot, I feel like, more so than ever before.
Maybe, but we also used to get those guys on our own anyways because we needed GPA boost on our roster.
Right.
So I mean, here I'm gonna ask you this: why do I if I was the NCAA commissioner of football, I'd fix it all. Why are there more injuries than ever before?
Because guys don't go full contact.
There's 900 injuries already. 900 injuries in the last 2 years in the NFL, which is all-time highs. I have a doctor on my show every Tuesday, Jesse Morris, who used to work for the Patriots, NFL doctor. He's great. Why are there so many injuries at all-time high? Now, I'm the one that went out on the limb and said it's the new weed. When I say Taco Bell, I mean the fast food world. But I always joke around. I say it's the weed and the Taco Bell, right? That's a huge thing that everyone knows me to say. And then now I have doctors and Jason Whitlock and all these big people starting to buy in and say, fuck, maybe it is. When I had to worry about my players smoking weed, it was fucking weed from the earth.
Yeah.
Real grown weed. Now it's a vape pen that's pineapple, watermelon, boysenberry. If you can find me some fucking pineapple, boysenberry marijuana coming from the earth, please show me. It's chemical laced. I don't give a fuck what you say. Something is in that shit. It ain't normal. It ain't good. Why did the CDC just drop today? Today, you can find it right now. CDC just said vaping's worse than cigarettes. Just came out today.
Of course it is.
Well, how is marijuana not worse than a fucking vape pen then?
And you're doing it more often probably because it's so accessible. You don't have to roll it, you don't have to light it, and get all stinky or whatever.
You combine that with the food in America that's already worse. By the way, in Europe don't allow the shit that's in our food.
Yeah.
If you go to Europe, when I played NFL Europe, I used to eat all day long. I never got full. Fuckers really fighting me on it. Oh man, we got to motivate. You say you don't like load management.
But I don't think
I
don't think they're doing the in-season tournament to motivate guys.
That's what they're saying.
That's
the number one reason.
I think it's a viewership thing. It's how can we get more eyeballs during the season.
Those are directly related though, because
NBA's falling, bro.
Viewerships can see that
NBA's falling.
load management, nobody cares.
NBA's bad. NBA's bad.
NBA's
bro.
bad. Yeah.
NFL's bad. I mean, college football's bad.
It's the same thing in any sport where there's over
Sports are bad.
60 games in the regular season.
But if they're bad, doesn't that give the opportunity to the real players to take advantage and just dominate if they really, really want it?
But we don't have that no more. We're in a jersey swap era. Let that sink in.
It is. Yeah.
We're in the jersey swap era. What does that mean?
I fuck with jersey swaps.
That
I
after
know you do.
after
Well, look at you. You're fucking 8.
After
Look, you know why?
I beat up on you. Let's be friends.
Yeah. So guess what that does, though? That allows Lamar Jackson to not show up with his brethren, who we call the most tightly knitted fraternity in the world, a NFL locker room, where we will go to brother. We're gonna go to war for each other. We're gonna bleed together. We're gonna sweat together. We're gonna cry together. No one holds him to the carpet for missing a playoff game and not being there with their brothers. You know what the excuses are? Lamar's cool. He's still our boy. Woo woo. That's the jersey swap era. My era, we would have been telling the coach, cut that motherfucker. Fuck him. He didn't show up. Fuck him. Tyler Huntley showed up. Balled out too. So that's my point. We are in the jersey swap era where everybody's cool because all of us are getting paid. But before, that's why you see the difference between the old heads, Charles Barkley and Shaq and all them calling these young cats out, which I love to this day. And you see the old cats like Troy Aikman calling out quarterbacks saying, when are we going to take the skirts off these motherfuckers? And then guess what? Troy Aikman, they tried to cancel that motherfucker last year when he said that.
Really?
Yeah. He said it on Joe Buck and then he's like, man, can we take the skirts off these fucking quarterbacks? He said it right live. And they tried to cancel that motherfucker. The women came after. You know, it's...
Really, yeah.
Well, women don't play the game.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
But, well, they do now. Anyway.
That's that baby.
By the way,
right there.
stop with the women coaching football, please.
Coaching?
Stop.
Yeah. No,
Stop with it.
I'm-
Hope you don't get canceled on your show for me, bro. But I'm just telling you.
I
Stop.
can't
Your
really
opinion.
say anything if I'm trying to play in the league.
Stop it. Stop it.
Why?
Why? Why let them coach? So let me ask you something. Let me just be honest. See, the truth hurts, and then you get just like the hate.
Let's hear it.
There's a female coaching for Washington Redskins or Commanders, whatever the fuck the name is. And I've had conversations with NFL Hall of Famers, Willie Anderson, great legendary Bengal O-lineman. I talk to all the time. One of these broads are coaching O-line. Do you fucking think that this broad's gonna teach Willie Anderson to fucking kick step and club a fucking DN violently and then motherfuck him for fucking not doubling the 3 technique to the backer? Are you fucking shitting me? Are you shitting me? Are you seriously gonna sit here and tell me that we're gonna hire a woman at Michigan to coach quarterbacks from the volleyball team, which Harbaugh did? Because he had to.
But she's not like a.
Okay.
She's like a.
But it's-
GA.
Okay, okay, whatever.
The spike is the same motion.
Okay, is she gonna come in and tell Mo Hasan, fucking your third step was shit.
But I wouldn't
You didn't
even-
get no fucking depth.
I wouldn't even say so. I wouldn't even say.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
It's a gender thing. It's more of like, did you play quarterback?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Mina Kimes,
Like, you
who
can-
hates me, by the way, who hates me and blocked me, of course. Okay, but guess what? Mina Kimes, you're seriously gonna sit here and tell Pete Carroll who the fuck to draft? Are you fucking shitting me? It's equivalent to me going on and telling Mina Kimes what fucking makeup to wear, homie.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Right.
Well, why is that so bad? Mina, I'm not telling you what MAC makeup to wear. I would be ignorant to do that. I would be a fucking idiot to do it. Please understand it goes both ways, though. Let me ask you something. If I took 50 women and put them on an island by themselves, and I took 50 men on an island by themselves, who survives?
The man.
Fucking right. So,
Yeah.
but men and women are equal, I thought. Get the fuck out of here, man. Fuck. Trying to tell you guys, man. You don't want to tell the truth, though. Yeah, here's another segue, another argument.
Yeah.
And listen, I
I
know.
think that's very rare.
Well, it's
Like,
not rare,
for
though.
me, I want
What has
something
Mike Leach won?
What do you mean? What does he want?
What has he won?
Just won the games. What do you mean?
What has he won?
What does he want?
Won.
Oh, what has he won?
What has he won?
He's won a shit ton of games in difficult situations. Washington State's one of the most difficult jobs that exists in college football.
What did he win there?
He had a few, 9, 10 win seasons.
But what did he win?
He didn't win a championship, but that's not. I don't think that should be the metric by which you're judged to be successful.
So you and Smitty, it's a true generational.
You think you got to win a national championship at Washington State?
No,
Do you think who's the best
no.
college football coach of all? Nick
No.
Saban doesn't win a national championship at Washington State.
We don't know that, but here's the difference.
I don't think.
Mike Leach had a great year at Texas Tech. Didn't win nothing though. He did a great job. I know Mike very well. I was devastated when he died. He coached Calvin. Who do you think took my kids?
Yeah,
So
I know.
I've known Mike forever. I've seen him tons of kids. So fucking brilliant football mind. No, there's no question. But here's the thing. Charlie Weiss also was a brilliant football mind, never played. But when he became a head coach and branched off, he was horrific. Head coach, Notre Dame, horrific. He ruined Jimmy Clausen. He was horrible at Kansas. He was horrible at Notre Dame. He was horrible everywhere he's been as a head coach. So there's only a few of those guys. I argue with you right now that if you played and were in those intimate settings, in locker room settings, that Mike Leach probably would have won a national title because he lacked the actual knowledge of knowing what it took on a day-to-day basis on how every single player on that roster felt every single day and all the intricacies that came with it. You can't just sit here and tell me he's a great play caller, which that's what he really is known for. This guy is a lawyer, went to Pepperdine University right here, and went as a GA. Him and Tuberville got together at a coaching convention, slept on the floor of legendary coaches, got hired on as a GA to do books and push papers and get coffee, and climbed his way up. So fucking uber respect, right? Yeah. But I argue that to get over the hump, if he would have played, I bet you he would have won. Period. There's only a few guys that did it, but there's not one guy that didn't play and has won anything meaningful. Never.
Who is that?
No one. That's what I'm saying. There's not one guy.
Yeah.
No, not one guy has won.
No, I agree with you. I
Not
was
one.
just pointing out like a few
I get it.
outliers that
So there's
had
been
relative success. Yeah.
But see, Pete Carroll played quarterback.
Yeah.
Belichick played Division III corner.
Yeah.
He played them. He was in those locker rooms. He understood how to get motherfucked. He understood how to love on a kid or a player or learn the trials and tribulations of a locker room setting.
Yeah.
If you don't go through that, I truly believe you can't be the total master coach. I don't think you can. There's a flip side. I don't believe great players are good coaches. I have yet to see a great football player win either. Mike Singletary, absolute destroyed the 49ers, was fucking horrific head coach. Because you know why? He couldn't get through to his backers on how to be like he was.
When you're that special.
When you're that good.
You just do
That's
it.
why I give Deion a lot of credit. And early on when Deion was coaching his kid in Dallas and I knew firsthand on some things, he was horrible. And I'm like, dog, because there's no Deons out here. There's not another Deion. And you don't understand how to, okay, look, I got to coach this dude's finite detail on fucking hip turn and run and cut him off and high point it and read his eyes. And you don't teach that. You just expect it. Well, Mike Singletary expected it. Why did him and Vernon Davis get into a fight on the sideline? He wanted guys to do what he did. You can't do what he did. Yeah. And the game's changed, obviously, too. So you either have to figure it out or get out of it and go do something else. Go work at JCPenney warehouse. Because football may not be for you anymore if you can't understand the fact that, okay, I have to adapt or die. It's adapt or die business. I'm going to adapt, and that's why I have died, and I'm out of it right now because I refuse to adapt. And you either coach it or allow it. And we're allowing too much right now, and that is why the game is failing at all-time rate. That's why kids are failing and getting killed in the hood, killing each other, robbing and pillaging all these stores you see every day. We allow it every day. And don't tell me it doesn't translate from football to life. It does.
I will say Deion has overachieved at everywhere he's been though. High school, Jackson State winning championships, even freaking Colorado, the over-under was 3.5 wins. What are they at, 5 right now? In place to become a bowl eligible
They're
team.
4 right now.
They're 4.
They won't win another one, but yeah.
A few close games. Games no one thought they would win.
They're like, let me ask you, the overtime thing.
I'm not as high on him as everyone else.
That's what I want to get to, because my opinion doesn't mean shit, but I'm not either. There's so much that goes on with coaching that we don't see as fans or viewers or whatever. But when you see things like we're going to take the ball first in overtime, and it doesn't work, but they win against Colorado State, and then Shedeur throws that pick when if you had known maybe that team didn't score, now he just sits on it, take the field. Deion, what?
That's ego, though.
That's stupidity and ego, and it all wrapped up.
Look, my best friend in the whole world is on the staff, so I don't talk too much about it. But the thing about it is, I'm still gonna be honest and real, and I talk to my boy all the time about it. But I'm like, and Matt McChesney obviously is a legend at Colorado, and is a
lifer.
Full on fucking. You know, we get into fucking full on fist fights over this. The thing is, he fired his OC who left a head coaching job.
Coach Lou, I played for him.
Yeah, Sean.
Yeah.
So
he's one of the best coaches I've had.
Oh yeah, he's legit. I've known him forever, so you know that.
Yes.
The offense they ran in Colorado is not anything he does. It's not anything he does. Let's be honest, Mo.
Well, problem's a defensive guy, so I don't know what his offensive philosophy is.
Well, it's to get his son in the pocket and throw 50 times so NFL scouts can see him. What do you mean, what is
Coach
it?
Lou's
you think that's
What do
it
you
is?
mean, what is it?
Coach Lou's been throwing the ball. That's his thing, though.
But he doesn't feel it like that. This is what Sean Lewis does. He runs outside zone, RPO. He runs pin and pull. He runs pin and pull, RPO, second, third level, RPOs off to safety. Runs fucking power read, post, all that stuff, right?
I played in that system.
Okay, all that stuff. I hit him in that Colorado. By the way, how much turn back did you guys run under him? Because I have his whole playbook. Me and him have clinicked a ton. He sprints out a shitload. He runs a lot of turn back. They haven't run sprint out or turn back at all year long. And his son's in the pocket throwing the ball 50 times, getting shellacked.
It's the Bryles-Baylor system.
It is.
So why did he pull him from the play calling duties?
Because
Scapegoat.
Because
he brings a guy off the analyst field who's an NFL
Shermer.
family, Shermer, right?
I played with his son.
So he brings him off, and now what do you do? So listen, my buddy's an agent of Sean. We talked. I had told you he should have left. I would have left that day, because you either admitting now that you got demoted because you were bad, so the rest of the world that's going to hire you is saying, oh, you admitted you're bad and you got demoted. Or you get out and everyone says, all right, we know Deion's fucking crazy and he demoted me. I need to go.
That's a good point.
So that's the fucking thing Sean's dealing with.
The optics
but
matter.
Sean's going to take the high road because of who he is. Yeah. And he's going to be like, all right, I'm going to stick this thing out. But is it going to bite him? I don't know. I hope it doesn't, because, he didn't get fired. He left a job to take a Power 5 OC job, which hopefully got him another job. Now it might cost him any other job. So that is what I do not appreciate by what Deion's doing, because you hired this guy. You wanted this guy.
Yeah.
And you have failed him as the head coach because you did all this. You did all this. When he becomes a good coach, he will be known as Coach Sanders, not Prime. Until he does Coach Prime and gets rid of this Coach Prime shit, he'll never be considered serious in this profession, in my opinion. I've never heard anything about Colorado Buffaloes. I've heard everything about Coach Prime. Glasses, watches, my son. When is it? You're going to be a Colorado Buff, son. Let's go. I'm in your home. You're going to be a Colorado Buffalo. No, you're going to be a Prime brand.
Right. At the end of the day, it should always be about the team.
But is that what kids care about right now?
And then we're going full circle again, right?
Let me give you a little insight. Let me give you a little insight, though. Do you know that when he took the Jackson State job, half those guys didn't even know who he was?
Didn't know who Deion Sanders was?
No, they don't know who Deion Sanders
Everyone
was.
knows who Deion.
No,
He
they
was
don't.
on
No, they
media,
don't.
He was doing Barstool
They don't.
Sports,
I'm
NFL
telling you,
Network.
bro.
Really?
No. How many kids you know right now, if you recruited them, know who Bo Jackson is?
Almost everybody. I
No,
think.
they don't. They
Bo
don't.
Jackson.
My kids at Indy didn't know who Eric Dickerson was.
What?
Dog. Yes.
Bo Jackson is a bigger name than Eric Dickerson.
Yeah, but how
I
do you
don't
not know Eric Dickerson?
Eric Dickerson, to me, is the best running back ever. I'm just telling you, these kids don't know anymore. You're in a world.
Well, Prime's been in media, so that's...
Yeah, but you're in a world of this. Kids are on this doing what? They're not watching fucking old football film of Barry Sanders. They're watching video games, watching guys get smoked, fights on fucking whatever you guys do. Hey, boy, give me that off the shelf. This trendy bullshit social media grab likes and tweets. That's what they're watching. They're not watching. They're watching the guy wrap his face in plastic and put a Coke in there and fucking almost die. They're not watching Barry Sanders film. Another reason why football is at an all-time low, because we're not watching fucking our predecessor. We're not watching the legends of the game. We're not watching and appreciating who became before us. Or you wouldn't even have the same thinking process that you see right now with these kids. They don't give a fuck about the argument we had the other day on the show. They don't give a fuck about the school. They don't give a fuck about the past, the history. None of that shit. They care about a bag. They care about playing and being the guy, because the peer pressure is so immense on social media. I got to be the guy. They don't care about any of that. Nick Saban redshirted everybody.
Yeah.
Every Thursday I have the legendary Trent Richardson on my show. It's T-Rich Thursday tomorrow. That's all we talk about. Like, dog, I fucking redshirted.
He was a dog in college.
But I'm just saying, like, he talks about it all the time. He's like, dog, JB, you're right on all this shit. Urlacher. Everything, dog, they go after him on social media because he defends me. Urlacher, Hall of Famer. Like, but he don't know. The guy on Twitter knows more than fucking Brian Urlacher.
Yeah.
So that's what tells you how bad we are. When they know more than Eric Weddle and fucking Brian Urlacher on Twitter because their fantasy guy didn't perform up to fucking standards, we got a problem, bro. That's where we are in life. That's truly where we are.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, you know how we fix the world?
Tell me.
Eliminate social media for 1 year. No social media for 1 whole year. I bet you the world starts.
1 year ban.
1 year ban on all social media.
Woo.
I bet you motherfuckers would have to go get jobs. Motherfuckers would have to open doors. Hey, now guess what? You might have to say thank you and please. You might have to open a door for old lady. You might have to fucking actually go get your groceries and they won't deliver them from fucking Uber Eats. Maybe we won't have 700-pound motherfuckers anymore walking around because we refuse to go out and shop. Instead, have everything fucking delivered to us. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we'll have fucking good communication again. Maybe we'll fucking actually know how to fuck abroad in human life and get a phone number from her at the club instead of fucking swipe
Tinder,
right.
Yeah, Tinder.
Or whatever the fuck you guys do. I don't know. I'm just saying.
You're not wrong.
I'm just saying. Let me get a lighter.
I got a pee so bad, man.
Yeah, go ahead. Back to that.
I think if people actually listen to what you were saying,
They don't
wouldn't
listen.
seem
They hear.
as
They hear.
polarizing.
They only want to hear my tone. They don't want to listen to the message. Remember, that's where we are in the world now.
And look, I don't want to get political, but even, you want to say Donald Trump, whether you hate him, like him, whatever, he's an idiot, he's brilliant, whatever you want to say, like, the way he says things is very inflammatory to people. And then they, like you said, the words that just all of a sudden...
Trigger.
Yeah.
I don't think we dissect the truth from being called a hater to the dissecting the truth. I don't think we do it anymore. We can't. We're so soft and enabled because the phones have... So look, let me see if I can find it. There's this thing I used to do with my players all the time. And everyone was like, what the fuck does that mean? But let me see. Let's see what the fuck is this? There's a thing I used to do with my players all the time called 1440. And 1440 is how many minutes are in a day. I used to do it with them. So how many minutes are in a day? 1,440 minutes. All right. So how do you use those 1,440 minutes? So I've been doing that for a long time. It literally would tell me in the recruiting process if I'm taking you or not, or if I'm going to even continue recruiting you. So I had a sheet created that I made, and I would hand it out to recruits and fill it out. So I want you to fill out your 1,440 minutes, which I called 1440. Fill out the 1440 sheet. And everyone's like, what's that? It's how many minutes are in a day? 1,440. So fill out what you do on all 1,440 minutes. That sheet would tell me if I'm recruiting you or not. And you'd be surprised. I mean, it is,
and obviously,
it is times 10 now.
Right.
So guess what? 1,440 minutes are in a day, 24 hours, right? How many minutes do you think a kid nowadays you're recruiting is on their fucking phone?
Your phone will tell you.
Like 8 hours.
At least
800.
At least 4 a day. At least 4 hours a day.
Dude, way more than
Yeah,
that.
that's what I'm saying. If they're good. If they're good, 4.
So out of 1,440 minutes, which is a 24-hour day, how do you spend your 1,440 minutes?
Most of it's on the phone.
So but is it on the phone doing what? See, that's the difference.
Yeah.
Remember, to society's purposes, you're supposed to have 8 hours sleep.
Right.
If I sleep 8 hours, I feel like I'm gonna waste my whole life. I will never sleep 8 hours. I never have. Fuck no.
How much sleep do you get?
Fuck, I don't sleep.
What on average?
Sleep when I die. I don't know. 3 hours, 4 maybe. 4 maybe. I don't know.
That's not good for you, man.
Some people wire
How do you
different
know?
though. Some people just.
How do I know?
How do you know? What
That's what's
Arnold
good.
Schwarzenegger says 8 hours will kill you. 8 hours of sleep will kill you.
Yeah, but
because you'll never get
Arnold's
what you
not
done.
researching this. That's Arnold.
But hey, that motherfucker came from nothing. He fucking grinded and made it out. His book's unbelievable, by the way. You should read it.
Really?
So,
It's on a documentary. It's great.
yeah. So,
The Netflix one. It was cool.
1,440 minutes in a day, and you spend it, let's say half of it's on social media, half of it's video games. Where do you do any homework, classwork, study for any football if you're playing sports or your sport in specific? When are you working out for that specific sport at a level to be grades? Not just working out to say, I'm at fucking Bally's looking at broads.
Take care of your body, watch your tape, all that.
Where is that going to fit in when you spend fucking 8 hours a day? Now, you still haven't slept.
Yeah.
So where's the sleep?
Right.
So I'm just saying, 1,440 minutes in a day will fucking set you free. I'm telling you right now. Because it'll tell you right now what kind of person you are and where your focus is and what your priorities are. And your priorities could be real shitty.
Yeah.
And that's allowed, by the way, not coached. Either your mommy's allowing it, your daddy's allowing it, your coach is allowing it, somebody's allowing it, your mentor, your homie, whatever, your circle. That's why my circle's super small. And that's why I don't care what people say or think. Because they don't know me. They don't know shit about it. I don't like people. I don't want to be around humans. I built a theater in there. I built my backyard's like a fucking mall and a fucking football field and golf course and a basketball court. I got everything out there. Barbecue.
You don't get lonely?
Full island. Huh?
You don't like people?
No. I don't like people. You guys are fucked. You guys are...
What about like with your friends or something?
My circle's tight, man. I keep it real tight. I love humans, man. I do, but I don't like people.
It's got to be the right kind of people.
Yeah, but I don't like to go out and deal with drama and fucking people. Everyone's a fucking knows this and knows that. That's why I said, you know what? Instead of go to a cigar lounge, I'll make one. Instead of go to the movie theater, I'll make one. So I'm like, fuck it. I don't want to go out no more. I hate to do it.
You do, but again, you do know that means that you do care a bit. Right? You do care. I don't think it's wrong. I don't think it's bad to care.
I don't know if I care or I don't care. Again, I don't care. I'm gonna create all this shit because I don't want to fucking go out and see anyone. If I cared, I think I'd want to go out. I'd want to go out and see the interaction. I'd stay away from it because when I go out to Walmart or wherever I go, I get bombarded still to this day.
Really?
Coach JB everywhere.
But if you didn't care, you wouldn't have the nuanced opinions that have taken real thought and real time and real like, man, this is bugging me. I want kids to be better because I know they can be better. Because people who don't care just go, I don't care. Yeah, I'll just do it. That's not you. You
no.
do care.
Yeah, but I actually,
You
but
care
I
about,
also,
I guess, I hope the right thing, the kids, whatever.
oh yeah, I care about kids. But the thing is, I also like, I don't care to where I don't even want to think that deep into it. So to my opinion, I don't care at all. Because I don't even care. I care so less that I don't even want to think about anything and just do me. If I really cared about what everyone thought or anything, I'd go out and fuck. See, this is the thing. Every Thanksgiving, I cook a fucking unbelievable monster ass thing, right? So if you guys are out here, if you ain't got family out here, come through.
Oh yeah.
But every year I go down here to all these bums down here and I give fucking this much, so many plates to these people. I don't film that shit. I got motherfuckers, they go on social media, no you don't, motherfucker, you did that shit one time and you filmed it. I do it every day. And motherfucker, I don't film it. So people don't know that, and I'm the asshole. But I do more for motherfucking kids than anybody. And then the cats come after me talking all that shit, and I'm like, motherfucker, I do more for black kids than your ass. And this is a black person talking to me, talking shit like, oh yeah, JB's full of shit. Really, what have you done, motherfucker? During the riots, I was in Compton and Long Beach, by the way, when the government was setting up brick pallets for black kids to destroy black-owned stores. Now, how the fuck does that make sense? But I'm the only white boy in the whole fucking area, and guess who listened to me? All the black kids. You know why? Real recognizes real. They were like, damn, Coach JB, stop fucking destroying the homie's liquor store, motherfucker. Do you think I got jumped? Do you think I got anything? Fuck, please try it. Motherfuckers know when to test somebody and when not to. Trust me. And I didn't film that shit. But guess what? A motherfucker will go film. I'm helping shut the fuck up. No, you're not. I ain't seen you ever in life besides your one tweet. That is the reality of it. And unfortunately, perception's reality because of these. And everyone lives on there.
And I think you're in a unique position too, because you are a white guy from Compton. There's a ton of white guys who are from places where they're one of the only white guys, but everybody in the country knows Compton because of music, because of entertainment, whatever. Like, it gives you a platform. And because I think people who know you know that you are real. That, like, no, I'm not saying these things to just, whatever, because I want to. I'm saying because, don't do that. Like, that's not going to help anybody.
Yeah, it's just, I think that's just what people don't understand. They hear the tone, they don't listen to the message. And that's just what it is. That's what it does. I'm sure you guys have been, the same things happen to you regardless of what topic it was. They listened to they heard your tone, they didn't listen to the message. And that is what the bottom line is. And people don't understand. Correction is not criticism. People are so soft now that they think correction is criticism. He yelled at me. He told me that I was wrong. You fucking are. And guess what? I'm correcting you. It's not criticism. When I stop talking to you is when you should fucking worry.
Right.
And that's just the truth. That's in life too. That's not just a football thing. That's life. Yeah. When I stop talking to you, I don't give a fuck. So I'm still cussing you out, dog. I used to love when my coach cussed me out. I knew the motherfucker cared.
Dude,
people,
my dad told me the whole time growing up.
People don't fucking think about it.
When your coach stops coaching you and criticizing you or
worry.
Trying to help you out, that's when you know he gave up.
Yep. Worry. Then worry. Because you're fucked.
Yeah.
But we don't do that no more. We don't think that way no more. I'm just saying.
That's a good point.
Yeah, they massaged the shit out of it. I didn't know that either because I still haven't yet to watch it, but they edited it because...
Wait, what do you mean you get to watch it?
I've never watched it.
Watch what?
The
Last Chance U.
What?
Why?
I don't want to watch myself. I'll get whatever you...
Are you being for real right now? You've never watched it?
You don't like to watch yourself? Is that
Fuck no.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Yeah. I've seen clips and all that. I've seen the viral clips. I've seen bits and pieces of episodes. We watched it when we did I'm doing the Last Chance True segment. Obviously, I had to watch certain things, and that was for the first time I ever watched it. And he filmed it, and then, that's on Patreon. Obviously, I got 8 episodes on there, but never watched it from front to back. No, won't do it either. I can't. I got girls that come over. You let's watch it. Fuck no, I'm not watching that shit. You gonna watch it with me?
Girls pulling up trying to
fuck
watch
no.
Netflix?
Yeah, I'm like,
really?
Fuck. I'm not watching that shit. Now give me some head. Shut the fuck up. So yeah,
did you get, did the Instagram blow up after girls sliding in the DMs and all that?
Oh fuck! I had 30,000 DMs that I didn't even know I had.
Dudes or girls?
Both. It was a good question. Both. Yeah. But I had shit though. So this is my 3rd Instagram. They deleted 2 of my big ones. I had big ones, like a couple 100,000 followers. They deleted them.
What? For what?
Yeah. Who knows? Because I said fuck or something.
Fucking Zuckerberg, man.
Yeah. but bitches on there twerking ass, doing porn. They're cool. It's fine. No, I'm saying
in general.
Yeah. That's fine though. That's fine. But don't say fuck. Don't say fuck. You be canceled, bro.
Elon won't let you do whatever on X.
Not really. They shadow ban my Twitter all the time.
Twitter? Well,
fuck
now,
yeah.
With Elon now?
Yeah.
Really? Man, you must have said some crazy shit.
Nah, Twitter. I'm telling you, that's all bullshit. That motherfucker don't run Twitter. That motherfucker is a face on some shit. They still got all these fucking bots or whatever running that shit.
You think?
They still control, bro.
Better though than it would.
Maybe, but I don't really see it. I don't see a difference. And the whole verified thing is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I was verified. I was already verified.
I
was already verified. I got unverified. And then he verified me on his own again.
I mean, that's good.
Yeah, but still, I'm like...
But there's shit that's banned on YouTube. Like Theo had that podcast with Roseanne Barr that got banned on
Theo
YouTube.
Vaughn, the comedian, yeah.
You know Theo, right? And then he posted on X. Like, things on X are allowed that aren't allowed on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And
Theo's top 5 show ever, right?
He's awesome.
You know who was his top 5 show, though?
Oh, you went on?
Were you on it?
I'm there a couple times.
Bro?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But you got to watch the one that before the recent change, he left LA and went to Nashville.
Yeah, I think he's back and forth.
Yeah. But I was his top 5 show ever.
I love that guy, man.
Yeah, I text him all the time. We talk all the time.
He's funny as hell.
He's a good dude. He hooked my daughter up. My daughter saw him in Vegas, and she went up to him and was like, "You know my dad?" And he goes, "Who?" He was Ian Nobu. Coach AB, and he got up out of the fucking, walked all the way over there. Oh, pay for her shit.
Really?
It's Coach AB's daughter, yeah.
No way.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He seems like it.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He's funny as hell.
Yeah, he let me re-air it on my channel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it got like 100,000 views.
Right.
But his shit with me has like fucking 20 million.
Wow.
His shit. Yeah.
Man, I gotta watch that.
Were you in studio or was it remote? In studio?
Their studio.
In LA?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Good old Theo.
I was on everybody fucking.
Like right after.
I was on fucking people that they didn't even air it.
Why? Because it got too wild?
Because they're so, I'm telling you, man, like
who?
Alexis Texas, a porn star.
She's got a show?
Yeah. Wouldn't even show it. I'm like, you fucking.
And she's a porn star.
I know, and I'm like, you fucking.
hell?
Yeah, exactly. That's how fucking level I'm on, I guess. I'm like, fuck.
Bro, what?
Yeah.
Makes no sense. Alexis, Texas.
Yeah, man. I'm like, fuck. At her house and shit. Yeah, it's fucked up, man.
Trying to get at her?
Nah. She get ran through more times than fucking choo-choo train. Let me see. How do I do that?
That's true.
I couldn't.
For the one time, man. Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I took some head or something.
Right.
But nah. Theo Von Coach Brown. First thing that pops up.
There you go.
Yeah. Let's see this one.
Yeah, because I grew up.
Oh, this ain't even the big one. This was another one.
Nuts all the time. Yeah, like you
It was old
jackasses,
studio.
like get
Yeah.
your dick out each other's butts and get out here. That's what he'd say. He'd come in the locker room and say that.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Hey, Slapdick's been around.
That's a lot of dicks been around.
Been a long time, man.
Coach Jason Brown, nice to see you today, man.
I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, it's an honor, man. It's a pleasure, man.
I was all those fucks early on.
Right after the show.
Yeah, fuck. I was like,
Was that weird? Like being famous overnight kind of thing?
yeah, because I didn't have Twitter and Instagram and all that shit. So I created it like for recruiting
Yeah.
when I got to Garden City. So then I transferred it to India or whatever. And literally overnight, I was asleep to wake up because it was reporting day the next day for fall camp.
Yeah.
See, people don't realize the show dropped July whatever 20th or something, and the
Right,
next
the
day
craziest time for you.
next day we report. So I wake up and I got fucking 200,000 Instagram followers, 200,000 Twitter followers, to all this shit, and I'm like, and my phone just fucking, my phone died overnight because I guess it was just,
Yeah.
and I was like, fuck, and I'm getting messaged by my boys like, man, I just watched the whole thing. I'm up till 5 in the morning, and because it came out at, I want to say like midnight where we were, but it's like 10 here, so people watched it, or 8 here and midnight at 10 there, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So my boys all watched it, and I just binge watched the whole thing, and blah 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 blah. Man, this is crazy as fuck. I'm like, what? I ain't watching that shit. So my boss calls me. We need to watch this shit. I'm like, I ain't watching that shit. I got fucking practice. I don't give a fuck. Then it's just becoming like too big, like to do anything. And the next day we actually had a head coaches meeting in Wichita. Liker, everybody,
Yeah.
the whole conference, the whole Jayhawk.
Yeah.
And we stopped at some shithole town in the middle of Kansas to get gas. Me and my boss, female AD. And these fucking just redneck little kids. Coach Brown, blah, blah. I'm like, fuck, the show's only been out that day, right? It was already that
Wow.
big. Yeah.
Just like
I was like, this is crazy.
Overnight fame.
Overnight. I'm like, what the fuck? So I didn't really know. It didn't hit me until I started to go all over, and then it don't matter where I went. But there's certain cities that are bigger than others, like recognized. San Diego's number 1.
Really?
I can't go anywhere.
No way.
Crazy. Vegas is probably 2. Because Vegas has so many tourists, it's probably everyone from everywhere.
Yeah.
So Vegas is crazy. Tulsa, Oklahoma, got to be up top.
Tulsa for sure.
What about Tulsa?
Oh yeah, Kansas City, motherfucker. Yeah. Huh?
Why Tulsa?
I was always there. I had a buddy, a cigar now. My cigar and whiskey's there. I would drive. It's only an hour
That's the
from
closest
Indy.
airport.
And the closest
You have
big
flying to
city to
Tulsa?
do anything decent.
It's Tulsa.
So yeah, you drive an hour south,
Yeah.
and you go to Tulsa. So Tulsa, cool little town. I like Tulsa.
It's alright. we would drive out to Tulsa just to get Chipotle, man.
That's what I'm
'Cause
saying.
There was no
Yeah.
food in Coffeyville.
No,
We
fuck.
were
Indy's
craving
worse.
Chipotle so-
Indy's worse.
No, Indy's bigger. I promise you. There's like car shops in Indy. Like
Yeah, we
my
got-
car broke down.
yeah.
There was nothing in Coffeyville. I had to tow it
To
to
Indy?
Indy.
Damn.
There was nothing. Like
It's fucked up.
My recruiting visit in Coffeyville, I was like a little sick. I had like a headache or something. I asked the lady at the hotel, like, is there a CVS around here to get Advil or like cold medicine? She's like, there's a gas station. And I'm from like big city like Miami. I'm like, that's it? There's no pharmacy, nothing? She's like, you gotta go to Bartlesville.
Yeah, Bartlesville.
Yeah. Which
It's
is
like 30
Oklahoma.
minutes, yeah.
You gotta go to Indy. You gotta go
Bartlesville
to a
had
whole
something.
different area just
Yeah.
to get like.
Malik hated it because, you know, LA and, yeah, kids. That's why it's hard
I
to.
always say-
That's why I stopped recruiting Miami and LA kids.
They can't take it.
He couldn't take it. So I went north, and that's when we actually won. So yeah, we won though. We went to north. I went to Detroit, Ohio. I went to get the northern kids that were used to the snow, that could play in the snow, that really didn't care about fucking. I have to have a club, and so I used to tell my kids, I'm like, dude, there ain't no fucking club here. You know, I didn't bring kids in on because of recruiting business, so I was letting you guys spend all that money. You know, I was letting you spend all that money. Want me to tell everybody now? You know, the guys that recruit that you guys would fly in.
Yeah, they flew me in.
I know, but you know there was guys that flew in to like Coffeyville, Dodge, wherever. They were flying kids in and spending all this money on a recruiting visit.
Really?
I didn't bring in motherfucking Burleson in.
Is it
Because
because
that's the quickest way to lose a kid is
Is it
show
'cause
them
you're-
when it's something.
But why would I need to fly you into a JuCo in the middle of fuck nowhere?
But is
and
it
that's how I
also
sold
'cause
them on the phone.
You're recruiting them because you're going to be on the show? Is that a big part of it too then?
Nah, I didn't have the show.
That's before then.
Yeah. But you're not getting what I'm saying. You're not getting what I'm putting down. I let you fly them in. I let Coffeyville fly in my fucking kids. Don't get it twisted. We'll keep that off. Yeah, you heard me right.
See, but
I'm on the phone with the old lineman like, hey dog, Coffeyville's flying you in, right? Yeah, coach. All right, we'll pick you up after the first day and we'll bring you over. And all right, cool.
for real?
What?
Oh,
they
so
saw
it
it,
saves
yeah.
cost.
You better ask
It's like
Jermaine. You better
20-minute
ask
drive.
Jermaine how it fucking is.
That's
Huh?
smart. That's smart.
No shit is smart. And I ain't spending no money, and I'm still getting your kid. Thanks for spending the money, bro. But anyway, I'm the asshole. I'm just a hustler, dog. That's all I am.
Yeah.
And the kid knew. The kid knew that I was the one genuine enough to say, why the fuck would I spend why would you waste your time to come to this shithole? You're from Miami. You're not going to see nothing like Miami here, bro.
No.
You're going to come here and I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you right now, the truth actually is what kids want to hear. Even today, I think they still do. I can still go right now to Garden City or whatever school and out-recruit anyone in America by telling them the truth. I guarantee
By
it.
being authentic.
Fucking right.
If they can feel that you.
Hey, dog, you're not coming here to go to a club. You're coming here to be in football jail, my jail, and you got to get out.
Can I tell you what the word on the street, like the Coffeyville coaches were talking about you? Mm-hmm. So like the word was that, like Indy, I don't know if it's you or like your assistant coaches,
What?
over recruiting the bounce back kids and telling them like they're gonna start. And so like at running back, you'd have like 3 kids from major schools. You guys would tell them like each one of you are gonna start, and then a bunch of dudes are gonna be upset about that. That's just like kind of like that was the perception of it. I don't know if that's just
Of course.
being haters or if I
course.
don't know what the situation was, but that's like from our perspective, that's what was being told to us. And whether it be because of the TV show or because of what you were building.
TV show wasn't there.
Yeah.
That's what people don't understand.
I mean, my year.
Remember, the recruiting class that won it all
Yeah.
Didn't know there was
wasn't
a show.
on the show, bro.
It was before it was announced.
There was no show. Those
Yeah.
kids were already signed.
But you guys did get a lot of bounce backs.
Of
So
course.
that's like what was that was like
Yeah.
kind of the.
Sounds like a you problem.
No, dude,
Not you, I'm just
yeah,
saying.
yeah,
But
I
that
get it.
sounds like a you problem to
From
all
like
the people out there.
Yeah.
Here's what we heard all that, and I used to laugh at it. And I always told the players, like, it's so easy you're actually helping me. The schools are actually helping me. So let me ask you something.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a mic drop. I'm just telling you right now. And I did it and I even had this conversation with Liker. I go, so Jeff, why would your staff try to throw me under the bus when you know me? And you know I would never throw you under the bus or talk shit about any other program. I've never done it. And I would fire a coach if they went and negative recruited. Number one. I didn't need to negative recruit, bro. I did not need to go talk shit about any program. I am going to get you. I am the best recruiter in America. Clear as day. And the reason is this. Are you sitting here telling me that your guys are talking about me, saying that I over-recruited bounce backs?
Yeah.
And they're going to sit there with an honest, straight face and tell you that was I the only one recruiting those bounce backs? I think everyone wanted those bounce backs, did they not?
Right.
Every single person in that thing wanted Emmett Gooden from Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody wanted Rakeem Boyd from A&M. Did they not?
Yeah.
So I think it's a you problem. They're mad that I got them.
Yeah.
So wait, you guys didn't recruit them? I'm the only one that recruited the bounce backs, right?
Right.
That sounds like a you problem.
Yeah.
But everybody recruited them. I got them. Sounds like a fucking jealous one's envy, which I call small dick syndrome issue.
Yeah.
You got beat out.
Yeah.
You're mad. You're going to talk shit.
Trying to find an excuse to kind of.
Here's the thing.
explain.
Why did I have 5 Division I transfer running backs? Why did they not leave? If it was so fucking bad and I lied to them, why didn't they leave?
So what'd you tell? Like, it was just, hey, you got a chance to compete.
Now you want to know what I told them, huh?
No, but it's an interesting thing. Like 5 bounce back.
You want me to tell you what I told them?
I want
You want to know how I got them all?
Yeah.
You want to know how I know I got Kingston Davis, Michigan, that ran for 1,000. Rakeem Boyd, who ran for 1,000 at A&M as a freshman. Jamal Scott, who ran for 1,000 and was the Jayhawk Player of the Year. Do you know how I got all those guys?
What'd you say?
Morgan Ellison, who ran for 150 yards on Ohio State as a freshman at Indiana. Shamari Jones, who started at Coastal Carolina for 2 years after he left me, got a shot with the Bears.
Yep.
Didn't even play on that team, by the way, that you saw. Didn't even play on that team.
Yeah.
So everyone in America, Coffeyville, Garden City, Butler, Hutch, you know what they promised those backs? They were the ones promising those backs, not me.
Starting jobs.
Starting jobs. You're gonna get 40 carries a game.
Right.
And all the parents, coach, how many carries is he gonna get? I don't know, 10, 11. And they all look at me and they're looking at each other, and I already knew what I had him in my hand, I had him in the palm, because I'm the only one that was gonna give him the real. And then when I flip it, like I'm about to tell you, everyone's like, damn.
So why would they choose 10 carries over someone else that's
Because it
40?
was the truth.
Well, it's the truth, but what is the most shortest lived position in the NFL?
Running back.
Running back. Why the fuck would I give you 40 carries in JuCo when you have to go to fucking Arkansas
So you need
and play in the
numbers to go to
SEC?
D1.
No, you don't. He's already
take-
at A&M. He ran for 1,000 yards, bro. Everyone in America knows who Rakeem Boyd is already. Guess what, Rakeem? You're going to run the ball 8 times maybe today. Because you know why? He already has fucking 1,000 offers, regardless if he plays or not.
Yeah.
And that blew their mind. I saved their legs. Guess what? Rakeem Boyd, that I know, was the leading rusher in the SEC for 2 years.
He was the dog.
Oh, my bad. But I don't know shit. And I'm kept out of coaching, by the way. I'm doing a fucking show in my fucking lounge with you right now. But anyway, Roy, when do you want to leave? Whenever. You got time? So I killed them, and they were mad, and all the JuCos knew it. And when I signed them, they were pissed and jealous, and were like, "JB must be paying them." I've heard it all. Trust me, dog. Caulfield was the number 1 guys that are saying it. JB's lying. He's
Liker?
Nah, not Liker. I don't think Liker would do that.
guys.
I think those other like Ruben or what's his name, all those guys that didn't like me from beating that. And I went off on your OC in our gym because he was talking to one of my players, and I motherfucked him.
Bro.
I said, motherfucker, we're going to beat your ass again like we did last year. And it even's going to get worse. Do you know why they're trying to get rid of Jim Harbaugh?
Tell me.
No, do you know why they're trying to fuck with Michigan?
Why?
Because they don't like Jim Harbaugh.
Who's that?
Everybody. Coaches.
Ryan Day?
NCAA. Everybody. All the league teams. You know how many coaches hated me in that Jayhawk conference?
Oh, everybody.
Everybody.
Indy was villain number 1. It was like freaking.
Why?
The worst of the worst.
Why?
That was.
So from the outside,
is what I told
okay.
you.
So from the outside in, everyone hates me. Why? Because I out-recruited everyone.
Yeah.
The players liked to be there and wanted to play, and they got D1 scholarships. Why is that a bad thing? It's only bad to the fuckers that aren't having
losing
it.
out on the recruits.
So what is happening right now? That's why I defend Harbaugh, and me and Harbaugh don't even get along.
Yeah, but there's some shady shit going on over there.
What?
The guy on the sideline with the
Connor Stallings at Western Michigan?
We don't know what that is.
You don't think that was him?
It might be him, but guess what? I know for a fact that Ohio State does the same shit. I know for a fact that Alabama does the same shit. I know for a fact that Texas does the same shit. I know for a fact we've been doing that for 30 years.
No. But to that extent?
Yes, to that
Having an
extent. To that
assistant
extent.
coach on their
Yes.
sideline?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. This ain't new, and everyone that's real knows it.
Really?
Yes. Everyone I talk to knows it. Everyone I talk to in the NFL and D1 laugh. We laugh on the phone. Conversation. This is a joke, JB. I know. We know.
wow.
You know what we used to do, though? I would pay Mo. Here, about $500. I need you to go get these 2 games for me on film 6 weeks prior, so I can get it into my system and cut the bitch up. So when we come to those games, I have it in a few weeks in advance, and I'm giving cut-ups out early. Correct? This has been going on for fucking the inception of football,
Cut-ups
bro.
are different than having an assistant coach on the sideline.
No. That's how we got the cut-ups. What do you mean? Yes.
How are you getting him on the sideline with the gear and all that, though?
No, we're not doing all that. I don't know about all that. That's a whole other thing. I'm talking about guys going to film the games for
From
me.
the stands.
From wherever,
Looking
yeah.
Straight at the
Yeah.
stands. Yeah, okay.
It's not even the signals. It's really just number substitution, what this means, what this means. By the way, we're still doing it. By the way, when we started doing cards,
Yeah.
when the cards made famous Stephen A. Smith face and whatever, all this was offense tempo and all this, when the cards came out, you know what the cards were for?
Diamond signals?
The cards were to say, hey, I know you know my signals. Guess what Stephen A. is now? That's all it was, dog.
I mean, we would do the same thing. We'd have, like,
I know.
3 different people doing diamond signals.
I know.
Yeah, right.
So that's what I'm saying. Why is it all of a sudden,
Well, 'cause I think
as
they
we
took it
get
like
closer
a
to Ohio State game, that now we're going to suspend them for a second time in 1 year? 2 times, by the way. This is a precedent that we're setting that's going to implode in the NCAA's
Well, I
face.
don't think you should be suspended before the investigation's closed. I disagree
Well, hold
with
on.
that.
You can't be suspended twice in 1 year and not be fired, bro. It's never happened ever in life. He should have been fired then, right?
Well,
no, you
that's
can't fire him
university
because there's no fucking... No, it's not.
The firing?
Yeah.
Whose decision is it?
No, the NCAA can say, hey, this needs to happen. The NCAA is keeping their hands off of it. The same thing they did with Pete Carroll at SC. They got him out because he's whipping that ass. And Pete was like, well, fuck you. I'll go to the league. Jim Harbaugh's going to say the same thing. Jim Harbaugh would be the head coach either of the Chargers, the Raiders, or
Bears.
the Cleveland Browns, in my opinion.
Or Bears?
Nah, I think they'll keep Eberflus another year because he's just year or 2. Here's the thing. He's going to coach for Cleveland, and he's going to go against his brother every year, and it's going to be a huge story. And that's what's going to happen. That's my opinion. But we'll see. It's Harbaugh. It's not Michigan. But here's the thing, though. If all these guys are so gung-ho and so player-oriented and we're about the players and all these fucking lying D1 coaches that say it, why ain't nobody coming out saying, hey, man, I know this. Michigan better not be suspended from going to a bowl or a playoff because those kids will be fucked. Why have I only heard Stephen A. and all these motherfuckers come out and say they should not be allowed to play in the playoff? Really? So let's fuck over 80% black kids, by the way, Stephen A. Smith, that you supposedly defend. Let's fuck over a bunch of kids that had nothing to do with nothing over a sign-stealing situation. No, it's because you don't like the coach. Nobody likes Harbaugh, bro. Nobody. Nobody liked me. Because he's about his players. He's a players guy. He only defends his players, just like I always did. That's why refs hated me. That's why coaches hated me. That's why everybody hated me, because guess what? Only people that didn't hate me, though, were my players that were in there and understood the day-to-day operation. But everyone from these outside looking in is going to make up every lie that they could. Why JB? Oh, really? As broke as I was buying motherfuckers a house and a car in JuCo. I heard those stories, bro. Oh, JB's buying him a car. Really?
That's just not going on in JuCo.
Jermaine Johnson would laugh like a motherfucker. Like, they thought I was giving these motherfuckers everything. No, I was actually just genuinely telling them the truth. And guess what? Half those guys I didn't even recruit. I recruited their mama.
I would have liked to play for a guy like you, I think.
I recruited their mama.
That would have been fun, man.
Their mother was recruited number one. You know why? Because with the mama consent, that I can motherfuck her son. And I'm going to treat him like a man. And I'm going to get him from point A to point B. The mama ain't letting that kid transfer, bro. Think about it. We so caught up in recruiting the kid, the 5-star. You know when I signed Jermaine Johnson, I got the letter of intent? I never even spoke to him more than twice.
Really?
No. I went to visit him twice, drove up to Minnesota, came back, and it was solely to talk to mom, meet mom, talk to mom, build a relationship with mom. All the phone conversations, texts, were all fucking around with Jermaine, bullshitting with Jermaine. Hey, dog, I'm going to come scoop you up when you take your visit to Garden City. That's what happened. I had a guy drive 6 hours across the state, pick up Jermaine when he landed at the airport for Garden City. Yeah. And Jermaine made up a story. Oh, fuck, I don't know. I got lost. Well, guess what? He came to eat dinner at Indy. We drove him back, and he flew out of Garden City back home on their dollar.
Freaking Brahms fast food.
Brahms. So I'm just saying, I did that shit all the time. Jermaine helped me visit on visits. Jermaine would help me take kids around, and he would be my host and do those things. Yeah. I got his girlfriend a scholarship. Yeah. Got his girlfriend a scholarship to the University of Georgia.
Wow.
Dan Lanning, actually, that was part of the deal. Dan would bring me a cigar every day to the office.
Wow.
Who's now the head coach at Oregon.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it's deep. People don't understand. But you don't hear a D1 coach talking shit about me. You don't hear no fucking players. You only hear guys that were jealous. That's what you hear about Harbaugh. They're trying to get rid of Harbaugh, not Michigan. They don't give a fuck about Michigan. Nobody cared when Michigan was losing, bro. Why are you caring now?
That's true.
It's ironic. Nobody cared about Indy, bro, when they were the worst JuCo in fucking America. Why did they care now? Why were we villain number one? You just said it.
Yeah, started winning.
Why were we villains? Oh, we won?
Won the conference.
Oh, no, you can't win at Indy? God forbid. Guess where I've done that at? Cabrillo High School in Long Beach. Compton College. Chaffey College. San Bernardino College. Everywhere I've ever been. That's all I know. Am I the asshole? Because I want my kids I recruit to win and go get a scholarship? Holy fuck, I'm the devil.
Do you want to stay in JuCo, or would you want to do like D1 or pro coaching?
JuCo.
You only like JuCo.
JuCo is the most rewarding level. It is the hardest level, and it is the...
It's the most difficult. Would you agree, Paul?
I mean, I don't know. I've never coached JuCo, even though I've never coached
Not
Division
coaching,
One.
I'm just saying like the entire environment.
It's the most rewarding level ever, period.
Yeah, it's because it's...
And D1 coaches cannot coach JuCo. They would fucking quit 2 days. In 2 days. You imagine them not being able to get on a private jet? You imagine them not getting the food and the resources and the money and the fucking... You imagine them having to go walk through the dorm and manage your kid and get them... And then, Coach, I got a girl pregnant. Coach, I'm in jail. I got a DUI. You imagine?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck out of here. They would quit in a heartbeat. Pete Carroll's told me in my face. And there's a reason they never hired me. Even though I got a few jobs late, a few offers later in life as a JuCo guy to coach, like a quarterback coach or something. A few FCSs.
Yeah, right now, if you had to choose.
JuCo?
Yeah.
I don't matter to JuCo. My whole thing was rebuilding. I take shitty places. Yeah, I like rebuilding shitty places.
Huh.
Compton College, we had a dirt track and grass. I had 8 guys in the NFL on one team. Everyone said, "Oh, how are you gonna do that?" Indy, they had nothing. They had I put a turf field in there, coaches' offices, weight room. I built a weight room, football facility. They had nothing. I took that job. It was the worst JuCo in America. I left that job. There was 500 applicants for the job. When I took the job, there was 6 applicants, bro. 6.
How are they doing now?
Shitty.
Shitty?
Yeah. So it's Coffee, I think.
Yeah, they're not having a good year.
So
Garden City and Butler kind of.
Garden City got fired.
Really?
Sunday. Garden City's bad. I don't know how. Garden City is the single most resourceful school in that whole thing.
Oh, it's Butler. Or no, Iowa Western. It's got the nicest facilities.
Garden does. I think.
Really? Iowa Western has like D1.
Yeah, they're cool.
Like
They're cool.
Room and dining hall.
Yeah, they're cool, but it's not. They're small.
Really?
Yeah, the pictures look good.
I just saw videos.
Yeah, I know. They look good.
Coffeyville's everything's old.
Yeah, I know. But
Coffeyville might be the worst, honestly.
Nah, you got the stadium and all that.
Stadium's nice, but the locker room, bro, we got roaches everywhere.
Yeah. I know. But Garden, unbelievable. Everything. They got
Hutch
everything.
is nice, too.
Hutch is cool. Yeah, but Hutch is shares. See, all those schools
They called
share.
me, like,
All those
3
schools share
weeks
with high
before
schools.
Week 1, trying to get me to switch over to Hutch, and I was like, I'm already at.
Really?
Yeah.
All those schools share with high schools, though. See, that's the thing about the Jayhawk. The only one that don't share is Garden. Has their own football field. All the other schools share. So if you don't know.
Coffeyville is different. The high school and the college.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
You both play at the stadium.
High school?
Yeah. You see your logo in the 50-yard line, bro?
Yeah, it's the C, right?
It's Coffeyville High School. It has the purple in one end zone for the high school, and you have the Ravens in the other. You didn't know that? Good job, both playing there.
Must not have spent a lot of time there. Man.
Good job playing there.
I don't remember that.
All of them. So Hutchinson shares with the high school.
Hutch is nice.
Butler shares with the high school.
Yeah.
Dodge shares with the high school. Highland shares. Now Highland has its own now, but it's a small.
Shitty.
Yeah, they beat
Fort
Indy
Scott's
this
shitty.
year.
Really?
Fort Scott folded.
They were terrible when I was.
Fort Scott don't have a football program no more.
Really?
That's what I'm saying. JuCo's imploding because of the portal.
Yeah, portal. Yeah. Yeah.
Fort Scott just put a brand new fucking football field in,
Really?
and they put a brand new turf practice field in, and then they fold. So millions of dollars wasted. By the way, their school's probably shit right now because FTE, full-time enrollment's probably shit because they have no fucking 200 football players.
Yeah.
So, if you think about it. Where's Ash at?